escaping from Tarkov with dangheesling. Escape from Tarkov. That was nice. It's nice playing something solo for a couple of hours. Eh? It's been a little while. I've been playing so much Among Us, and I mean, we've been playing like Minecraft and like Raft and a bunch of stuff with other people. It's just been nice to just sort of chill for a bit, you know? Is Flax escaping from Tarkov at the moment? Okay. I can't really invite him because well, I don't know if you'd want to play, but like I don't know, like it's kind of mean if somebody invites you to play and then you just invite somebody else. Oh, hey, by the way, I brought my other friend Dan. You know what I mean? I think we're like I don't think I can invite him. You know what I mean? It's not nice. It's rude. It's rude, in fact. We're adults, yeah, which makes it even more rude. I think you can get away with it if you're a little kid. Dan is pretty chill. I know he is, yeah, but like, I'd rather not like, you know, be awkward just to begin with. Hi, Dan. By the way, I'm really awkward. Let's have a fun 2.5 hours. You missed most of it. Chill for a bit playing one of the most stressful games. What, Raft? Or this? Or Tarkov? You think Raft is stressful? Tarkov is a little bit more. Am I going to play late night Tarkov? Yeah, later on probably. I'm going to start watching The Expanse tonight. I'm gonna watch The Expanse. I'm gonna start watching season 2. I watched season 1. I think I remember most of it, and then I'm gonna give season 2 a go. Pyrian is currently telling his chat that people shouldn't be allowed to vote with anonymity. It's a very Flax thing to say. What in relation to what though? Referring to what exactly? I need my black bar on here. Okay, good. Play Star Citizen. Is it ready? Is it actually ready or what? Maybe in 2077. Okay, let me just check and see where I'm at with stuff. I should probably load out my PMC, even though I don't really have much stuff. Repair? Inspect? What ammo does this take? 7mm 12C? Oh, I've got some. Okay. I'll take some of this stuff. Oh, I got some of this scav crap too, right? I guess I'm taking a shotgun first. I'm really low on money. Holy crap, I might actually have to sell this key. Let's see if Prep War's got some stuff for me. Oh my god, Prep War has some stuff. Look at these guns. God damn. I got one of my Tabernac vests back as well. I got some Packas. Just gotta play Tetris here a bit. What can I do to... I can't put this back either, right? Okay, so I have to get... I don't want to take with me. Ugh. Do I have another bag here?
You're doing great, Dad.
I'll put these oat flakes in here too. Okay, good. Is that everything? Okay, nice. You can come back to this screen later. What screen later? Okay, Dan's ready in 3 minutes, he said. Redeem my Christmas reward on the website? Oh man, I'm too lazy. I will do it, I promise.
That fucking bitch bird
I'll do
learned
it
not
after.
to speak to my son that way. Okay, I'm reloaded.
Sips' mom, thanks for the $10, Mom. I appreciate it. Okay, Burkett, good. We can wear a tabernacle, I guess, and then let's take some of these. Let's wear a bear hat and the Odie flakes and stuff too. We want this ammo, right? Very unlikely that we're getting more than 20 shots off, so let's just take this crappy ammo in here. Meds and morphine we'll keep. Oat flakes, I don't know what they're for. Equally, toilet paper, I think we need to upgrade our bathroom in the base. We'll take some cheese. What else can we take? We can take a fleece. Actually, we should probably wear a helmet. Huh? Let's wear a helmet instead. I got the rig and stuff. I got some spare guns now. Wait, where did I put this other one? I had two pair. Oh, I don't want to take this with me. That's why. Okay, I'll take a bandage as well, just in case. We can fold these down to make a bit more space. What else do we want? Sniping with Sips. Sips for Streamy Awards 2021. Are the Streamy Awards still a thing? Is that still a thing that can happen? A Streamy? You're starting to see the sweat drip from my balls. Sorry. Oh, here's Dan. Hello?
Sips.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really good. Did you have a good New Year?
I did. What was the highlight of your New Year?
Gosh, I gotta say, playing Tarkov last night as the New Year hit was exciting. I don't really celebrate New Year's at all, and especially this year with it being, you know, everybody locked down and stuff. So
Yeah.
I have.
Wait, so I gotta roll that back. So you never celebrate New Year's? Like
No,
ever?
not really. I'd say like I used to when I was younger, but now like I never do. Like me, my wife, my kids, like we barely stay up. If I stay up, like if everybody else is going to bed and I stay up, I just play games or whatever. Like we don't really celebrate it, you know.
When did because that's like I would say very unique. Like I've never heard someone not celebrating. Not that it's like you have to have a blowout or anything like that.
Yeah.
Was there like an evolution of hey, this year we're just not doing it?
I think it just like slowly came to be sort of thing. Like I said, like when I was like younger, like or like in my 20s and stuff, like we'd go out to like a bar or like whatever. And then slowly as we got older, we just stopped doing that and then stopped caring and then further stopped caring. And now we're at the point where it's just completely irrelevant. It's just like any other day. It's pretty, yeah, I guess maybe it is a bit weird. I guess most people celebrate it, but we just never really think about it.
Can I gotta rewind the time here just for half a second because like, you know, we've interacted, you know, a decent amount, but like when you said you'd go to the bar in your 20s, like what does that look like for you? Are you like going out and like partying? Are you going out and like going like playing board games at a bar? Or what is that?
No, like partying, like proper going to a bar and like getting home at 6 in the morning and still being drunk when I wake up after finally go, you know, like that, like partying. Like I went out, like I did a lot of that sort of like earlier on, right? Like kind of like throughout high school and then into my 20s. And then kind of burnt out in my mid 20s because it was just like too much, I guess. I don't know. So
you you grew up in Canada and then moved to the UK, is that correct?
Yeah, I moved to the UK in 2003. So so I'm 40. So I was 23 when I left. I grew up in Ontario, like Ottawa.
Okay. So you grew up there. Did you went to university and stuff in Canada, or did you not go to university?
Yeah, I went to college in Ottawa. I went to Algonquin.
Algonquin. What is the mascot for the Algonquins?
I have no idea. Again, I didn't really pay much attention. I was too busy going out all the time and barely passing college. So, but it was good because it was in the same city I grew up in. So I could like stay at home, live with my parents, and go to school, sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real quick, so we're gonna do some casual sniping, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And I am in the right reserve lobby.
Okay.
What is your character name?
My character name is Sips_.
I mean, look, anytime like I play with someone new, like and don't take this the wrong way, I got a lot of questions. And
no, that's fine. That's fine. Look, so, I can. What's your what are you in this? What's your? I'll add you to friends.
Just dangheesling.
Dangheesling. Dangheesling. Are you Dangheesling level 15? Dangheesling.
That is me.
Man. Okay. I'm only like level 4 or 5, but to be fair, I only started playing like 2 nights ago.
But to also be fair, you also have finished your hideout. I've never done that before.
Yeah, you know what? I did finish it. I say I finished it. I didn't have a fully upgraded Bitcoin farm though. I didn't have all of the graphics cards for it, but everything else I had made.
That's, as someone who's been playing, I've been playing Tarkov for 3 years. I've never done that. That's really impressive.
I played it a lot a couple of years ago, or maybe it was like a year ago. It was like maybe 2 resets ago, I think. I played it quite a bit. I remember you playing it around the same time. Like I think I knew of you because of the Twitch Sings stuff. Remember the wasn't me? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was first interaction. Like, of understanding who you were. I saw. I used to do this show where I would look at Team Unity clips, and then there was this clip of Ryan singing the Shaggy song. And Ryan's funny, and then you come on, and like I thought it was maybe just like a random thing. And like literally, if I like, sometimes you have like not the best day. If I need to laugh, that's one of the videos I'll pull up because it's hilarious.
Oh, I love that. Thanks very much. I'm glad that I'm glad that something I did is that thing for you. That's great.
Oh, it's so good. And then like, because like if that's your first interaction, like, so that was my first Sips interaction. Like, okay, I'm like, okay, this guy's probably gonna be maybe try hard and be really good at singing the song, and then you just take it like in your own avant-garde way and destroy it. It's Chad, if you've never seen the clip, you gotta see it. It's so my good. God.
Yeah, well, Twitch Sings is done now, eh? They closed it down. I think yesterday was the last day of it, and it's gone.
Really?
Yeah, they said they'd bring it back at some point, but I feel like maybe they knew about all this DMCA stuff coming up and whatever, and maybe they didn't have all the rights that they needed or something, but yeah, they've closed it down, so I don't think you can even use it anymore. But
real quick, can you get? I am in reserve 1440.
Okay.
And I am looking for a group.
Right. Okay. Hang on a second. Reserve. I have a shotgun, so our sniping dream may not happen for this one.
Well, you know what? I'm a believer in a chip and a chair, which means that we can go to a sniping spot. You can have a shotgun. You can just grip it and rip it, and maybe you could get like a 300-meter snipe with a shotgun. You never know what could happen.
That's the beauty of Tarkov, isn't it? Okay, I'm in the list.
Okay, so can you click looking for a group?
I can invite you to a group.
That works. That's perfect.
Oh, look at you. You've got like a cool skull face mask, and you've actually got attachments on your guns and stuff. I don't have access to the flea market, and also I have like 40,000 rubles left, so it's gonna be a little bit touch and go. I might be doing some runs with handguns and stuff, but I mean I can kill scavs. Okay, it's just other PMCs, especially if they're really sweaty and they have better gear than me, and they out-chad me. I say out-chad me. Everybody out-chads me, but.
I'm a firm believer. I don't know why, but in the early, after a wipe, I just feel like the game's a little bit easier. So hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask you, so, because I don't know, like my first interaction with you was that Shaggy clip. So where does Sips_ come from?
Sips underscore comes from people just taking the name Sips all the time for some reason. I think maybe it came more so after I started doing YouTube stuff. Like I just can't reserve that name anymore. So Sips underscore is like the second pick. You know what I mean?
But what about sips? Like, what does sips mean?
Sips is just an anagram of piss, and it comes from yeah, it comes from the album. I like because I grew up like in the '90s or whatever, and I used to listen to like lots of like Nirvana, grunge when it was coming about, sort of thing. And so I was listening to a lot of Nirvana, and I got In Utero, you know, like their final
Yeah.
album. And inside the sleeve, they had a song on there called Tourette's. And in the album sleeve, where it shows the lyrics to all the songs, because it was just kind of like a screaming song, and there wasn't any real lyrics. The lyrics were, are you okay with me swearing on your stream? Sorry, I know
Yeah,
like,
please,
okay.
please.
So the lyrics were fuck, shit, and piss, but all jumbled up, right? So and piss was sips. I always just thought it was kind of funny, and then I adopted that as like early on, like before kind of like the wider internet opened and gaming was happening on the internet and stuff. I used to use that as like an IRC handle and ICQ and MSN Messenger and all that shit. So like I've used it for a long time. But
Like
and
all three of those words put together was your ICQ name?
no, just Sips. It was just Sips. I just thought that was the funniest of of the three, so it just stuck and I used it. Yeah.
Wait, so you mean to tell me there's a Nirvana song where they combine those three words together, and is it just like an amalgamation of screaming, but you can understand those three words?
No, you can't. But those were just the lyrics that they put into the sleeve. So like, it doesn't sound like anything, but like, I think they were just, you know, it's just like an edgy thing or whatever, you know. So it's like, it was like fuck, but it was like FCKU, and then shit was like jumbled up, and then piss was jumbled up to Sips. So that was it.
Got it. Hey,
That's the origin.
I sent you a squad stream too, but so okay, but you say anagram. Isn't anagram something that is like you can look at it both ways and it spells the same thing? Or is that something else?
No, that is what's the word for that again? It's like palindrome. That's a palindrome. Yeah. So race car is a palindrome, and an anagram is like is a word, but the letters rearranged can spell like a different word, sort of thing.
Oh, okay, I got it. So that was your name pre-internet, and then just you wrote it through all the way.
Wrote it through all the way. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of those things, you know. I mean, I never really used like my real name or anything like that. Not for any like particular reason. I mean, the internet was a different place, sort of like in the '90s, I guess, or whatever, when like things were just like sort of starting to get big or whatever. But yeah, no, it just was always a thing. Like I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike, you know, like back when Counter-Strike before Source, like 1.6, 1.5. Yeah, and you could join like private servers and play it and stuff. So you always needed like a nickname, if you like, for games like that and stuff. So I just always used it. Diablo, like Diablo 2, I used to use the same. I used to like all those games, sort of like I don't know. It was weird, right? The internet and gaming on the internet was just different back then, right? So you didn't have.
What was your first experience with online gaming? Was it Counter-Strike or was it something earlier?
Online, like Direct Connect. I used to play Doom co-op with my friend, like modem to modem.
On Dwango?
No, not even. I had his number, and I would dial it like because you used to be able to type in a phone number to connect to. And so I would just type it in and connect to it, and then we'd also always get interrupted by like his mom picking up the phone or something like that. You'd hear it like coming through the computer, like "Hello, what's going on?"
Dude, so I say Dwango, but this is so back in the day. So growing up as a kid, like I was very fortunate. Like my dad was really into computers in the '80s when it was, you know, like not something you publicly talked about.
Yeah.
And so we had a LAN set up in our home. I don't know how he did it, but we had two computers. We LANed Doom, and then it might have been Quake, but I think we did Hexen or something. We LANed Doom, and then he would have a friend dial in from work on the modem, so we were able to play like one.
Somebody out here. Got it.
Oh, I just got chatted. Get him though. So we go 1v1v1 like in the. early 90s, which was insane. Man, I should have had that guy. I got head eyes.
Are you dead?
Yeah, he got me.
Oh shit. He was
Did you
he
get
had
him?
nothing on him, just the Glock. He's
Yeah,
level 16 though.
he head eyes me. So here, I mean, take your time and get my stuff, and like, unless I can't believe he won that happened. So that was your first experience, was Doom?
Yeah. Doom, and I used to play Warcraft 2 as well, the same way. It's like, oh my god. Do you
Did he
know
have
what?
good stuff?
No, he had nothing. He had a handgun, but he hit me really hard. Like, I think I'm gonna die.
Right, I mean, that's Tarkov.
I'm dead. My stomach. He just completely fucking shit.
We could do a scav. You have a scav ready to go or no?
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah,
Okay,
I haven't
cool.
played yet today, so.
So how did you find Tarkov? Because I feel like Tarkov even a couple years ago wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like it is now. You know.
No, yeah, it's changed a lot. Well, some of the maps have changed since I last played, and some of the mechanics too. I used to really like ratting. Like like the guy that we just killed. I'd go into a raid with like a tactical vest and like a handgun, and just run around and pick up as much stuff as I could, and then I'd escape through sewer on reserve. I just love doing it. Like I just like the economic stuff, right? Like I like acquiring things and putting them into my prison pouch and escaping. Like I don't know, it's just fun. And then I just sort of graduated from that to getting more geared up and fighting and stuff. The first time I got into it, I think my friend was playing it. My friend, I don't know if you ever heard of Pyrian Flax before. He's like into like Dota and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You may know him, but I mean, we're in the same network and we've hung out for years, sort of thing. I think he was playing it at one point, and I'd known about the game, and I watched him play, and like I said, you know, like the economic sort of stuff, you know, him acquiring stuff and then escaping kind of interested me. So I thought, oh, it's a pretty sweaty game, but I'll try it. And then I tried it and I got hooked. It's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah, it's one of those deals, and that's the thing. Like, and it doesn't come from a place of disrespect. I don't know a ton about like your gaming history. But I think that chat tells me is like Yogg's Cast.
Yeah.
Which like I think everyone knows, but I don't really know what it is. But is that why you moved to the UK?
No, I moved.
Real quick, what map are you in? Sorry.
I'm just preparing to escape. I'm good with whatever for Scav. If you want to do like factory or reserve or whatever.
Yeah, let's go reserve right side, and I'll just wait for you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I came to the UK because my wife was born here, and I actually met her using ICQ like in '97 or something. Like we met on the internet back then when it wasn't like it was not the thing to do back then. So there was the whole thing like, how do you really know this person? And it was kind of like Jerry Springer material back then, right? Like it just never happened. But we met up and we sort of like were interested in each other, and then did a lot of traveling back and forth. And then I lived over here for a year, like on a visa, just like as a holiday maker or whatever. And she did the same. She came to Canada, lived for a year, and then that led into me going to college, finishing college, and then we were engaged like halfway through college, long distance, and then decided to settle here. So I moved in 2003. We've been married since, like 17 years, a long time.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
You glossed over one of the areas, which is like, how did you meet? Did you like go into a chat room and drop an A/S/L or what? Like
no, well, not even. It was me and my friend used to go into IRC channels and just troll. Like we just we were kids, right? We just go in and pretend. We just do bits like, you know, like we change our nicknames to like Batman and Robin or something, and go into a room and you know, role play as Batman and Robin. So we go into this room and we were just like farting around, making fun of people. And then this person just started like joining in and like joking around with us, and it was pretty funny. And then we went back the next day, and this person's still there, like and it was pretty funny. So like we started talking, like
were they
me and
like
my
playing
friend,
the Joker, the Penguin to your
just
Batman and
just
Robin?
like random stuff. It was just like kind of funny, like on the same wavelength sort of thing. Like you could tell like she wasn't getting offended. She just thought it was funny, and she was just like joining in or whatever. And then just started talking privately, and from there, like it just sort of, it's such a weird thing, isn't it? But
I mean, that's a super unique story. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like now where, you have people swiping left and right. It's like you're dealing with ones and zeros text. You have no idea who's on the other line. And then it goes from like memes to DMs to, hey, let's meet in a time where like
Yeah.
that is super unique.
Yeah, it is. It is like it was like 97. Like I was still in high school when we were like chatting and stuff. But then even off the back of that, so we would chat like online, but then it sort of progressed to like we'd exchange letters and stuff too. But then
Like
we would
letters?
phone each other, which was kind of weird at first, but we knew each other well enough just through chatting that when we started phoning each other, it wasn't like too awkward or whatever. And then yeah, like off the back of that, her and her at the time, like she traveled with her mom and her best friend, so they were like, okay, well, we're gonna come visit Canada because we want to anyway, but like I would like to meet you too, so we'll just do like a 2-in-1 sort of thing. And she's like, if like we meet up and we don't like each other or whatever, it doesn't matter, like I'll still like have a vacation or whatever. It's like, yeah, understandable sort of
But
thing.
for you, when she said that, were you like, oh, it matters? Or like, oh,
No,
did you
like
play it
because I
cool?
was like we were kids, right? So like I mean I was like 18, so I was like whatever, like if it works, it works. If not, like I don't
But
really
how
care.
many
Like,
years were you invested into IRC life at this point? Was it like
like
6
maybe
months or
like
2 years?
no, like a year and a half maybe or so. Like
And
so
so you're in.
enough.
You're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So like yeah, I know it's a weird one, isn't it? Like most people just meet each
Sounds
other
like a great
conventionally at work or school or whatever. But like I don't know. What about you? Like did you meet your wife?
I got more questions. So did you
All
like?
right,
'Cause
okay.
you got to think back then, webcams were super rare. So did you scan
No.
a photo and send it to her? Like when was the
Yeah,
first?
it was a scanned picture. Yeah, because digital cameras didn't even really start
Yeah.
getting big until like sort of early 2000s ish, right?
So when you sent the picture, did you send your picture first, or did she send her picture first?
I think she sent me a picture first, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll send you a picture." And then I just happened to have like a picture that was taken at school or something. I think it was just like at like somebody took a picture of a bunch of us at school or something. So I had to like send the picture, but I had to like circle myself because it was like a big group of people. Because there wasn't like you just didn't have the pictures like you do now available, right? You didn't just have
Right.
on demand a million pictures of yourself sort of thing. So it's like you had to kind of like hunt around.
Well, when she sent you the picture, what was your reaction? Were you like,
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, okay, great. Like, she kind of looks like I'd expected, but it's not like, it's
Was it
not
like
like
love at
nowadays,
first
right?
scan
Like
or no?
nowadays, it's an instant thing. Like, here's a picture of me, and you just text back and say, oh, sorry, my dog's on fire. I can never speak to you again, or whatever. It was like, there was like a lead up, and then so I had like an idea what I thought she looked like, and it was like, I guess it was like more or less what I expected, sort of thing. I don't know.
did the picture light your fires, or did you have?
Well, I mean, yeah, like enough to like not sort of cut it off, I guess, like it's like, oh, sorry, yeah, I got your picture. Yeah, this isn't working for me. It's like-
Well, I mean, like, there's part of it because I'd imagine it after talking for a while, like you're connected to someone like
Yeah.
emotionally, or like you're on the same like wavelength, but then
Yeah.
there's got to be some compatibility on the other
Of
side.
course, of course,
So
yeah.
she passed the SIPS test on both
yeah,
angles.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then when you met, because you seem like pretty chill, were you any nerves? Like, what was the first meeting? Did you guys meet for a cup of Joe, or what did you do?
No, like, so her and her friend were with her mom. So they stayed at this hotel like downtown Ottawa or whatever, and like we knew that like she phoned me. She's like, oh yeah, we've landed or whatever. Like, do you want to like just come by later or something, and we can meet up. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I'll just bring like my friend as well. Like, so I brought like my best friend with me as
Why?
backup because you have
like,
to
buffer?
Well, yeah, kind of, just because like when you're like 18 or whatever, it's like, yeah, it's still a bit awkward, isn't it? Like just sort of like meeting somebody for the first time or whatever.
From
So-
IRC for overseas, they flew
Yeah.
in with their mom.
Yeah,
That's
so like
that's everyday
strength in
stuff.
numbers. Like there was some extra people there as like wingmen and backup and stuff, so it was fine. But then yeah, no, it was good. We took them to like, so they visited for like a week or like 2 weeks or so. And so we took them up to like Montreal. We went to like La Ronde, like the theme park in Montreal, and a bunch of it. We went to Niagara Falls. We took a bus from Ottawa to Toronto. It's like a 6-hour bus ride. to Niagara Falls. So like we helped them do like all the touristy stuff, and it was like summer, so like we were just like on summer vacation anyway. So it was just like I don't know, like just a fun summer break. But then it just turned into more than that. I mean, now we've got like 2 kids and stuff. So it's
But like
weird.
the first meeting, was it in a hotel lobby and then you guys just played like shuffleboard or something? What did you
No,
guys
yeah,
do
no.
with, like,
No, because it was summer, so we met in a hotel lobby and then we just walked around downtown, sort of thing, you know, like we just like went to go get like a coffee or something, and we
did
like
you two break off, or was it like a group thing? Everyone
no, it
got
was just
coffee?
like a group thing, like and
Okay.
like that's fairly common like in that age group as well, right? Like I don't know if like socially like we'd always hang around with like a big group of people if we could, sort of thing, like in during school, high school and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
it was like fairly common, so it wasn't like too uncomfortable. It wasn't like awkward or anything because we had other people there and stuff too. But I don't know if it would have been awkward anyway. But I wasn't like old enough or mature enough to like, you know, just sort of like turn up on my own and like confidently have like a conversation and stuff like that. Like we were still kind of kids, so.
So okay, so then, but when you met her, I mean, so you're 18. Like, did you know then? Because that's pretty young to.
Yeah, I don't know if I knew then, but it's like you just you have like a like I'm like fairly easygoing, so like, you know, if something works or like, you know, I'm having fun or whatever, like, you know, I don't think about it too much, you know what I mean? I just like just kind of go with it and see where things go. And we just always got along really well. We always had like a really good time and stuff, so it wasn't really like, you know, we didn't really
Yeah,
like
that
you didn't have to think too much about it, sort of thing. It just things just happened, you know. It was good.
that's like, I mean, that's one heck of a story. It's just from IRC to married 17 years with 2 kids.
Yeah,
Like
I
that
know.
is that's a journey, man.
Yeah,
You
I
ever
know.
think about like, what if you logged into the chat room like 30 minutes later, or you did like a bit that she didn't think was funny? Do you ever think
Yeah.
about that?
Well, I mean, sometimes, but like, yeah, I don't know what my life would be like now without her. Like, well, it would be vastly different, obviously, but like you probably like I take it you're married and have been married for a while, or are
Yeah,
you?
I've been married for 9 years and I
Okay.
have 2 kids as well.
So you probably have like the same sort of it's like every like all the stuff that I've done or that I do, I feel like looking back, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without my wife, because she's like really supportive, you know, like there's like you know, like your partner helps you with a ton of stuff, right? So like I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't have kids, but maybe I wouldn't even do what I'm doing now either. You know what I mean? Like, what if I was with somebody who was just like not at all supportive of like streaming or being on YouTube or whatever? This is me, by the way, by the truck.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, because when you got started, even when I got started, and I'm sure you can echo the sentiment. I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do. My wife wasn't like, oh, that's weird. She's like, oh, if you believe you can do it, let's do it. You know, it wasn't because it's kind of a, especially back then, you know, for me, it was 8 years ago. It's kind of a tough ask to be like, hey, this is what I want to do.
Right.
You know,
So were you doing all of this stuff before Big Brother, or did Big Brother come first?
No, so kind of like my, oh no, did you get? I got booted.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had bad ping, but it's okay. I think next time, I don't think we should scav reserve. That's my fault because the queue's super long.
Do you want to jump back in? I think you can probably jump back in. I can guard
let me
you.
see. Yeah, let me see if I can.
Just like moonwalking in place. You guys got his like aviators on and stuff. Shoot him and loot him, chat. That's brutal. I'm not doing that.
I do have a decent gun. Let me see if I can get back in. That's the first time, maybe because of the distance. Okay, I can get back in. But anyways, yeah. So like, I grew up, like I said, I grew up with a computer, so I was always really into computers and gaming and stuff. But
Sure.
I kind of like was able to like I always call it like dual wielding. Like I could integrate in between like kids that I knew that played computer games and like, you know, kind of not talk about it and get beat up. Yeah, I mean, because you're talking the 80s. You know, if I'm
Yeah,
like,
of
I just
course,
got a new modem, guys, like, you know, I'm sitting by myself at lunch. But anyway, so I was always into that kind of.
Yeah.
into that kind of stuff. But I had no idea about any of this stuff. So I went on Big Brother the first time. Then the second time I got off, like I was in Seattle, and
Okay.
I really wanted to get inside Wizards of the Coast because I wanted to, see what, how they design Magic. And I sent a tweet out, and this guy named DJ Wheat responded. He's like, "Hey, I can get you into Wizards of the Coast." I'm like, "That'd be amazing."
Oh, nice.
And so from there, like DJ Wheat, who's works at Twitch now, he set me up with XSplit. This is in 2012. Set me with XSplit. He's like, "Hey, I really think you should stream and just see if you like it," because he knew I was into gaming. And then so kind of from there, so in 2012 I started. But without that, I wouldn't have known that people played. There were like YouTube people or Twitch. I just wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
So that's when I started, and then just kind of figured it out from there. But for me, one of the biggest, I don't want to say battles, but one of the challenges for me, and it's different now, but when I started, it was like everyone just wanted to talk about Big Brother the whole time. And I'm like, look, like I really enjoyed Big Brother. It was an amazing experience, but I don't want to talk about it for the next 20 years of my life. But I do want to talk about gaming for the next 20 years of my life. That's what I loved.
Right.
So that was kind of like a battle, but it also was such I'm grateful for that experience because it definitely gave me like a starting boost.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because like I didn't start when I streamed, I didn't start streaming to 1. I think I streamed to like 20 or 25, which helps,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, my sort of journey into all that is the same. Like Yogscast was already established. I just happened to be a friend of them, like, because we used to play World of Warcraft together. So like I was big into PC games, sort of growing up, all the way up till now. Really, I still play tons of PC games. But I used to be part of, well, I still am part of this online community called Something Awful. It's just like an old website that had a forum. And there was a whole bunch of members, and it was very sort of like humor driven, lots of inside jokes and stuff like that. But these guys would organize guilds and stuff if there was like a new game out. So we used to play like PlanetSide. We used to play World of Warcraft, all these games. And then
were you a content creator at this point, or were you just kind of playing along?
Just playing games. Like I was just working at a bank. Like I had a real job and stuff.
Wait, what was your real job? What did
I just
you do?
used to be a programmer for like at a bank. I took programming in college, and then my first job was a web developer. Left that and then was working as a programmer at a bank. So I was
what language are you proficient in, or decent at?
For the bank, it was like old stuff. It was all programs that were written in like the 70s and the 80s. So it was like RPG. It was like mainframe language and stuff, which was kind of fun. It was pretty good. And then we did like a little bit of Java because the Java was like typically the front end stuff. And then when I left the bank, I worked somewhere a bit more modern, and I used to do lots of like C#. Visual Studio sort of stuff.
Can I ask you some? Okay, I'm just spawned back in.
You're back. I see you. I'm right behind this tree here.
Can I ask you some deep lore on banking programming?
Sure.
Could you, at your level or at some access, like could you change numbers in a bank account, or does it not work like that?
Like Lex Luthor style? Nah, not really. They audit everything constantly, so like it's really hard to get away with stuff like that.
But theoretically, could that have happened back then, or no?
Back when I worked there, probably not. Much earlier on, though, I'd imagine so. Yeah, and I'm sure there have been cases of that. But
okay, sorry, I didn't mean to derail the story. So you're banking, and then you're playing games through this forum website, and then what happens?
And Lewis and Simon, who like were the two original sort of like creators of the Yogscast, were already big. They used to play WoW, but they played some Minecraft and stuff too. Oh, there's somebody out here. Oh, I think it's just a scav.
Nice shot.
Yeah, he's dead. They were already pretty big. They already had like a big following and stuff, and they were just like, to a bunch of us who played with them at the time, they were like, hey, you guys should stream or do YouTube stuff or whatever, and we'll make a network. So we were just like, okay.
Like for context, what year was this?
It was like 2011. Yeah,
okay.
2011. And so we were just like, yeah, okay, sure, sounds good. And we did. And then I remember the first time I posted a video overnight, I got like 50,000 subscribers or something like that. So I just inherited like this crazy fame that they already had. So
But what did they do to amplify you, or like
at the time, not much. They just like retweet that I posted a video or whatever, and we were in some content of theirs, like sort of around Christmas. We did like some charity streams and stuff,
mhm.
and yeah, the rest is that's it. Just like from there, just went through the motions of becoming a content creator, trying to like figure things out.
What does that mean, go through the
Oh,
motions?
well, you sort of start out like we had a good idea of what we needed to do at the start, and then because they were popular off the back of Minecraft, so a lot of us were just like, okay, play Minecraft,
Mhm.
just pump out videos every day about Minecraft and see what happens, and it worked. And then we sort of got to the point where we're like, oh, we're sick of Minecraft, let's try some other stuff, which didn't work as well. So like, you go through all the same sort of pitfalls as like every content creator goes through, I guess. I mean,
Do you remember some of the stuff that you tried that didn't work well, that you hoped worked well?
yeah, like everything that wasn't Minecraft, basically. It was, no, I mean, some stuff was okay. Like it just depended really. But I mean, this is back. I guess you probably, if you were starting on YouTube in 2012, it was sort of like Happy Wheels was very popular,
Hmm.
Minecraft was very popular, and you just had to you sort of had to play up to those trends, right? And
Hmm.
YouTube still kind of works like that anyway, I guess. But yeah, I
Like, were
don't
you
know.
doing comedy videos or just logging on a server with your friends and building? Like, what was
Not
your
no,
content
yeah,
like?
no. It was mostly solo. So like I did like collab stuff for Minecraft early on, and then sort of just because I had kids, or I had a kid at the time, and it was just like easier for me to just sort of do stuff on my own. I just sort of transitioned into a lot of solo stuff. So
Hmm.
it was mostly just playthrough stuff. I guess like some of it was kind of funny sometimes, I guess. Like it never really like went out of my way to be overly funny, I guess. But
Like, no dramatic reactions and stuff like that?
yeah, maybe sometimes, yeah. But it's just it depends on the context, I guess. But like not like I wasn't like screaming all the time or anything like that. I just wanted to play games, and I was sold like at first it was like, hey, do you just want to play games full time? And I was like, well, yeah, I would love to play games full time. It's like, okay, we'll just make videos. Okay, and that's it. I just did it. So yeah, that was I don't know. I did like I played a lot of Skyrim at one point and did like a lot of editing like around it and stuff, which was pretty good. Oh, I'm top floor by the way.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
coming up.
I'm gonna drop down into the graphics card room and see if there's anything there.
So were you doing, so your production was a video a day roughly, or not?
Yeah,
Was that okay?
at first that was this sort of like everybody thought to for the algorithm to work and stuff, it was like you have to do a video per day to keep up with like everything and stuff.
Do
I
you
don't know
still
if
feel
that's
that way today or no?
I don't really publish much to YouTube now. I mostly stream, and some stuff makes it from stream to YouTube as like it's like short clips sort of thing. But I
So you
don't.
don't do, you do no roughly no original YouTube content now?
No, yeah, like I don't like record for YouTube or anything anymore. Like if there is anything on YouTube, it's just like something funny that happens on stream or whatever. Like just like
When did you make the decision to do that? Because I feel like, especially maybe for someone like you who had or has a huge YouTube following, like that's a pretty big decision. I just threw a smoke grenade for no reason,
I
just
heard
so you
you.
know.
I'm down in the kitchen, like the bottom floor, the building that we were just in, graphics
Okay.
card building. Um I
I
think
don't know reserve super well.
oh, okay.
Uh,
There's an underground bit here now too. They've changed the map around a little bit. Um I think I was recording in the morning at one point and streaming in the afternoon. And I remember some days just being really frantic. Like it was like, okay, I got to get my recording done because I want to stream this in the afternoon and stuff. And then at one point I was just getting like a bit burnt out with doing both. And I just sort of like said to myself, well, it's one or the other really. Like which one's doing better? And at the time streaming was much better. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to try streaming in the morning and the afternoon and then just not doing YouTube stuff and see how it goes. Cuz YouTube stuff was starting to drop off a little bit anyway. Like I had a lot of subscribers, like a lot of followers and stuff, but like I wasn't getting the views that I used to get and stuff like that. And I don't
Why
know
do
if
you think that is?
I think I think if you're around long enough and you're not just doing the same thing that everybody subscribed to you for in the first place, like if you change up a lot, it just happens, right? You fragment your viewer base and stuff. At least that's how I think it works. I mean, maybe it doesn't. And I think that's just what happened, you know? I think we were doing sort of like Minecraft content, which was appealing to like younger kids who over the course of years just grew up and stopped watching or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like some sad Christmas tale. Everybody stopped believing in Santa. Yeah, I think it's just it just happened, you know. Just like I don't know. I probably could have just kept doing YouTube. Like I'm not saying that like views are bad, but like the money was still pretty good and stuff. But I think I just got kind of sick of doing it, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. Hey, where are you at?
I'm in the building. You know the building that has like the it's got like a shipping container outside that you can walk through, and there's like a fire. It's like close to the building we were just in. I think it's like a medical building.
Helicopter? Do you see a helicopter from where you are or no?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's like off to the, I guess right of the where the helicopter is.
Okay.
If you're in the same building that we were in before, are you running down the road?
Yeah, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, okay, I see you.
So are you this way or this?
I'm up in the window here. Look, see.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm up here. Where can we go? I have a key on me, but I'm not sure what key it is. I have a purple safe key.
Purple?
Yeah. I don't know what key it is though.
We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, where can we go? We can go CP Fence. CP Fence is back this way, right? Scavs Lands? Is CP Fence the one by the tower? The side of the map?
This is, I give myself a D+, C- map knowledge on reserve. I could get us to sewer manhole, but we'd have to ditch our backpacks. That's the only one I could guarantee, but I think you were right.
I think CP Fence is over here, yeah. CP Fence is towards Dome. Oh, is the CP Fence? Oh, I know which one that is. CP Fence is the one behind that little hut, right? With the
in the corner. Is that
in
the
one? Corner? Yeah, I think that's
we
CP
got
Fence.
time. We should be able to make it.
Oh, 2 minutes. Holy crap! I didn't realize we were here for so long.
Hold on, did you hear other grass, or was that me? Okay, we're okay.
Yeah, it's like what about you? Do you stream mostly now, or do you still do YouTube stuff? And like, what kind of YouTube stuff did you were you doing? Gaming mostly?
Yeah, all gaming. But that's the funny thing we were talking about, like feeling frantic. Like I just probably like 6 months ago, I made the decision. I was literally described how I felt. Like I would be recording a video before I was supposed to go live on Twitch. If I did really well on like a Spelunky run, it would make the Twitch show late, and I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, like why am I pushing all this when Twitch is going really well? And like I don't know, what I do now is I hired a couple editors that will take segments of the show and edit them down for YouTube.
Right.
And I just don't really, if I have something like I want to do on YouTube, I'll do it, but I don't feel that franticness anymore. Because I know what you're talking about. It's like you're running around, and sometimes you don't feel like you're giving like 50% here and 50% here.
Yeah,
where it's, you know,
it was a bit like
one direction.
When I started doing YouTube stuff, I kind of got to a point like early on where I could almost the money that I was making on YouTube matched like the money I was making working, because I was still working full time. Like,
when did you stop doing the bank stuff?
Well, I mean, it took some convincing. I had to like convince my wife that like I wasn't insane, because she was just like, you can't make money on the internet like that. I was like, well, no, you can. And she's like, so it took a little while to like sort of talk her around to it. And then after a while I was like, okay, listen, I'll save up like a good portion of money to cover me for a couple of months. so that like if it doesn't work, then I'll just go back to work. You know, like I can just, my skills will still be relevant or whatever. Like there won't be a huge gap in my resume. I'll just apply for other jobs and go back before, you know, we end up on the street or whatever. Because like we had a baby and stuff, so it was like kind of like, you know, we weren't too sure. And then and it similar to the YouTube Twitch stuff, it just got to the point where it's like, okay, hang on, like I'm dedicating currently like 1 day a week to recording. So I would batch record everything in 1 day, and that would last me for like a couple of videos throughout the week, sort of thing. I said if I had all of that time, all this time in a week to record videos, I could just probably make more money than I'm making right now, which made sense at the time. And then she was like, yeah, I suppose so. And then the rest is history. It was like, okay, go for it. And then I had like this 6 month limit. And then by the time 6 months rolled around and we were fine still, it was like, yeah, this is great. Like you have this flexible job. You can help out more around the house and stuff like that. Like I didn't have to, you know, get ready and rush off to a job every morning and stuff like that. So it was actually just a lot better, you know?
So you, when you left your job, like pretty close to when you had a kid, like right after when you had a kid?
Actually started my YouTube channel the night that my son was born. So like my like say 9 year anniversary of doing YouTube stuff is also my son's 9th birthday, because like it's just
Wait, how did
it just worked out
how
that
did
way.
how did it like
We were at the hospital, and they kicked me out because they're like, okay, you got to go, like visiting time's over or whatever. And my wife's like, just go home and get some sleep and come back tomorrow. So I was like, okay. I went home, and instead of sleeping, I was playing OpenTTD on a stream with Lewis at the time, who was doing like this charity stream. And then that night he was like, man, just make a YouTube channel and start putting content on it, like it'll be great. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I created a YouTube channel, and then I went to bed. And that's it. And then the next day I just started recording and streaming again.
So your son was born and they kicked you out of the hospital?
Yeah, like after a certain point, like because I was there all day pretty much. And they were like, okay, well, look, your wife needs to get some rest. The baby needs to sleep and stuff. There's nothing for you to do here. Just go home, sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, okay. And then yeah, and then I went home and made a YouTube channel. It's just such a weird thing, such a random ass thing to do.
And somewhere there's that footage of you like doing some video online the night your son was born.
Somewhere, yeah. Like I mean, you wouldn't like see my face or anything, because back then it was, you know, recorded for YouTube. So like I didn't do like vloggy stuff or whatever. It was just like gameplay or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been. Yeah, weird.
So so you started it then, and then so your son was born. Yeah. And then how much longer until you quit your job?
Oh, months. It was like, so my son was born, and then I was still working full time and then doing YouTube stuff when I could. So trying to keep up a little bit. And then it's sort of like, I got to a point where it was hard to record at home because we were just in a small apartment and we had a baby. So like a lot of my recordings would just have like a crying baby in the background and stuff. So I tried to like square away time where I could do it, and it was just getting harder, but I'd made a bit of money at this point. So I rented an office. I live in a really small place, so everything's really close. So it's a 5-minute walk away from home. I could go to this office. It was a serviced office, so it had everything. It had internet, everything. Oh, you just paid like a flat fee every month, and you just got connectivity, lighting, whatever. It was just a small little room, but it was quiet, right? So I took my computer over there, got set up and everything, and then I my work week went from Monday to Friday to Monday, Tuesday, and then I'd have Wednesday off, and then Thursday, Friday. So it was a 4-day week. So on Wednesday, I would like help out a little bit at home, and then I'd go to my little office and I would record there all day, and then come home like in the evening or whatever, and then go back to work Thursday, Friday. And the recordings I did in that day were enough to like see me through for a week, sort of thing. So I did that for a couple of months. And then I would do some editing sometimes as well if I had like more recordings somehow.
At home or in your office?
Both. Like if it was quiet at home, I could record at home, and if not, I'd just go to this office. And then after a while, it was just like, okay, I just need to do this full time now. Like I can you know, I can support us doing this full time or whatever. I don't need another job getting in the way sort of thing. And it was like, it was like a 9 to 5 office job. So it was like kind of stressful. There was always these dumb deadlines and stuff for stuff that didn't really matter. And I just wanted to do that instead. And then so that we just slowly transitioned into doing that full time as well.
Let's go. You want to go? I feel pretty comfortable in customs. You feel good in customs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go customs.
In fact, I need to do quests in customs. So.
Let's do it. So, I mean, but, you know, I don't want to keep hammering you here, but I mean, that had to feel pretty amazing to go from, hey, like I'm working this job that I don't really like, to it's over. Like I'm not doing it anymore.
It was great. And it was weird because when I quit my job, I was working at this like law firm. Like I live in a tax haven, so there's lots of like people driving Ferraris around who have lots of money and stuff. I'm not one of them.
What do you mean you live in a tax haven? What does that mean for the average?
Okay, so I live. It's like an offshore jurisdiction, right? So like Luxembourg, like BVI, like Cayman, like places like that are places where rich people can store money that like the tax man has no access to. So like.
So let's just paint a picture. Say you have a friend in the United States of America who's streaming.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you know, Sips is like, hey, I can hold some of your money as a tax haven. How does that mechanically work out?
It's complicated to set up, but you basically get to a point where by money that you're earning somewhere, instead of going to the US and appearing on like documentation that the US would have access to, it's happening in one of these offshore jurisdictions where it's totally legal to do that, but then you don't have to pay any tax on it, right? So there's no corporation tax here, for example. So like I'm a streamer and all of the money that I take in from streaming, I take in through a company, right? Because it's like it's earnings, like it's company earnings for all intents and purposes. But because I don't, because my company doesn't own any property or make profits off of like property transactions, and I'm not a financial service, I don't pay any tax on any incoming profit for my company.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why you moved there?
No, it's not why I moved here. It just so happens I just lucked out big time. Okay, but I still pay income tax. All right. So if I pay myself for my company, I still pay 20%. So say I pay myself 40 grand a year, I still have to pay 20% income tax for the year.
Well, how do you not, if you don't have to pay tax if you don't give the money to yourself and you can just buy yourself a Ferrari?
No, because again, you can't just say I can't reasonably justify that I need a Ferrari for this job.
But you could buy like a Tesla super truck.
Well, I could buy one. I'd have to pay tax on it because.
Well, what do you need to move your computers around from building to building? You need a big truck to do that, right?
Yeah, I could almost justify it that way. Yeah, but like, but certain things are tax deductible. Like so, like, I mean, I didn't take advantage of this, but I could have, like, because I work in my garage, which is just like an old car garage, but I had it done up, right? So it's like. It's pretty much like being inside my house now, right? It's got like heating, air conditioning, it's insulated. You know, it's
Are there pictures of this anywhere, or no? Did you keep it private?
I'm sure there's footage of it. I think I did a tour one time, but it is like
is this before or after you installed the 99 karat gold walls?
This is probably before. This is
okay.
That's a more recent thing. I've had a pretty good year, so I got the gold walls. But no, so like, but that could have been tax deductible. I could have paid for the entire renovation and not paid tax on it, but I just didn't bother because it's like, you know what I mean?
You used it on the Ferrari instead.
Yeah, I wanted to squirrel it away for not just one. I've got like 10 Ferraris. You know, I got a garage, so.
So you live in a tax haven. So what is that? So you just see like absurd cars all around you all the time?
It's lots of rich people. It's a small place that has like immigration, like strict housing laws for immigration, right? So like, it's a place that's open for people from like mainland England, like the UK. They can come over here and work or do whatever, but you have to have lived here for 10 years to be qualified for certain housing, which is like most of the housing is qualified like that. And then non-qualified housing is like total ripoff and is like substandard as well. Like it's crazy. Like there's the regulations for landlords are getting better, but historically they've been terrible. So like it's not uncommon for people to come over here and not be able to afford anywhere to live unless they're living with like 10 people in a room and stuff like that. It's that kind of place. It's, I don't know, it's bizarre.
And your grandfather in because that's your wife's hometown?
My wife was born here, so she's naturally qualified as a resident, and because we're married, I inherit that. So but that wasn't the goal of getting married. It was just we wanted to settle here anyway, but it
was
just
that ever discussed via IRC that she lives in a tax haven?
No. Like this is all stuff that I found out after. Like she told me like it's a weird place for sure. Like I'd never even heard of it before I moved over. Like I wasn't super familiar with England generally, you know, other than sort of like pop culture references to it in, you know, like North American media or
What's the name of the place you live in?
Jersey. So like it's
sure.
Yeah, so New Jersey was founded by a guy from here. This is like old Jersey.
So you're the original Jersey, and then the U.S. Jersey is fake Jersey.
Well, like founded by a guy who was from here, and they named it New Jersey because the guy that was from here housed a king at the time who was unpopular during like the English Civil War. He fled to Jersey to live here because they would have killed him. And because the people here and this one guy in particular sort of, you know, helped him out or whatever during the colonial period when, you know, England and France and everyone were colonizing North America, New Jersey was founded like in honor of this guy that helped him out or whatever.
Do you remember, who was the name of the king? Do you know?
I think it was like King Charles the third,
numbers
or something. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. Okay. King, like I've lived over here a long time. My royal knowledge is not great. Charles the First, Charles the 23rd, Charles the Second, maybe. Which Charles was it, chat, during the English Civil War? This would have been a long ass time ago, like the 1500s or something.
Hey, I'm in the customs lobby.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sorry.
No worries.
I need to grab a gun. Sorry, I normally I can talk and play at the same time, but if I'm if I'm answering questions, it's like impossible.
No, I've never talked to someone who lived in a tax haven, and then it's my mind. I'm just trying to wrap around. So you live in the UK, but this segmented area of the UK is protected from taxes, and so the law and I'm trying to visualize all this. I like stuff in first grade vernacular, which you did a good job explaining. Is that so? There's laws in place where you live to prevent someone from moving there just to exploit the tax advantage, but just by happenstance you get grandfathered in accidentally. That's never been talked about, to keep all your Twitch money, and you don't pay tax on any of your Twitch money, which is
until you claim it to like buy groceries and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you do have to pay some tax on it, but it's far less than you would have to normally. Like in the UK, like if I lived in England right now, I'd have to pay 20% income tax, but I'd also have to pay 20% corporation tax. So you it's like a double hit, right? So I avoid one hit
now.
Yeah.
But you could, if you had an aggressive accountant, you could take no hits.
Yes, if you had a very clever accountant who was aggressive, you could maybe
okay with that.
You could maybe take no hits. I personally don't. I personally take the legal hits.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend any time in jail. Actually, terrified of jail. So it's it kind of works. I gotta get some. I need to get. Oh, where?
Tell him it's an island.
Oh, it's an island as well. Sorry, chat are reminding me. I should tell you it's an island.
You live on an island?
Yeah. So you've got England. You've got like England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, which are all like big islands. But then in between that, you've got like what's called the English Channel. So you know, like the Normandy invasions in World War II, that was like across the English Channel. Like, and in the English Channel,
you have your own flag. I'm googling this right now.
Yeah. It's got its own flag. It's a crown protectorate. So the Queen, the royal family owns it. It's for all intents and purposes part of the UK, but
when you wake up in the morning, do you bend the knee?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Personally,
Well,
my knees are horrible. If I bend, I'll never get back up
don't you
again.
have a castle?
Yeah,
Elizabeth Castle?
two castles. Elizabeth Castle is really cool because it's the tidal range here is like one of the most severe in the world. So when the tide goes out, it goes out for miles. So if the tide goes out completely, you can walk to Elizabeth Castle, but when the tide is completely in, you cannot walk to Elizabeth Castle. So
It's surrounded by water. On the map,
Yeah.
it's just like there's a castle floating. That's like
Yeah.
something out of Dark Souls.
yeah, it's really cool. It's huge too, man. It takes all day to visit. It's absolutely enormous.
That's so cool. But there's something on it called Less Butts. What is Less Butts?
Les Butts. I have no idea. I'd love to find out though.
Dude, I'm like, we were talking
I
about
love
yesterday.
butts.
I didn't know that a place like this existed. So you have your own castle. You're owned by the Queen. You have Jersey Zoo.
Yeah, it's like a conservation. They renamed it to a zoo, but it's like a conservation. I think it was it a fish called Wanda or something like that? Some movie that John Cleese was in was filmed here at the Jersey Zoo. I think it was like a fish called Wanda or something like that. But yeah, Elizabeth Castle is cool, and this place, Jersey itself, was occupied by the Nazis in World War II as well. So there's all these old like Nazi bunkers and headquarters that they built and stuff like that. And they held on to Jersey like well beyond sort of like victory in Europe as well. So there's like a whole history of occupation and everything too. It's really interesting if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is just. Do you ever feel like trapped on this island?
At first, coming from Canada, it was like a little bit claustrophobic, but I got used to it after a while.
So I'm just trying to. It looks like it's like I would guess what 6 square miles, maybe 20 square miles total.
45 total. Yeah, it's 9 by 5.
It's not big at all.
No, it's not. It's really, really small. Like you could probably walk it like at a push. It would take a little while, but beautiful, man. There's so many beaches and stuff. It's like the surprise for a small place. There's a ton of stuff to do, especially in the summer. Like, oh, it's great. You just spend all day at the beach. There's like some nice sand dunes. There's like places to walk, lots of places to eat and stuff. That's great. It's really good.
So, and I don't want to take in this direction, but I would imagine, is COVID, or were you guys pretty locked down? Like,
yeah, we're locked down now. There's at the start of COVID, not too bad. We had the same lockdown as the UK, but the cases for us was very low. But recently, like during like what they're calling like the second wave or whatever, we had like 1,000 active cases for a small place. It's like
that's a lot,
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they passed law where everybody had to wear masks. Actually, by law, like you could get fined for not wearing them.
Yeah.
Which has helped, but now we're in like from Boxing Day, we're basically in lockdown again until the 11th because they're trying to bring the infection cases down.
Specifically for your island.
Yeah, there's been no new deaths. Like there haven't been any COVID related deaths in quite some time, but the infection rate is just up again, right? So 9 o'clock on customs, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you have another Mount Orgil Castle.
Yeah, so that's not like like an in the sea castle. It's an older castle as well. It wasn't used like it was used like a long time ago, but not like like I think Elizabeth Castle was sort of decommissioned in like the 1500s, 1600s, and they built like an actual fort. It was called Fort Regent, which now has like in the 60s they built like a dome on top of it and then turned it into like a sports leisure center sort of thing. Yeah.
So I mean this water castle to me is mind-blowing. So if you say someone were to visit this island for a week, would they, if the water was up, would they not get to see it, or is it a daily occurrence where it will?
No, if the water is up, you can take like an amphibious. It's like a puddle duck, like the ones they used in the war. It was like a boat with wheels. So like as it got close to the beach, it could drive up the beach. There's 2 of those in service. So you just go buy some tickets. You sit on this thing. It takes like 5 minutes to get over there, and then so if the tide's up, you get to go on this little boat, and it just drives up a ramp and drops you off, and away you go. Dude. It's like, yeah, there's 2. Yeah, just 2. I mean, it's a small place, right?
You're island living because of one chance moment in IRC chat room.
Yeah, I know. When you put it that way, it's kind of nuts. It's kind of
so
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know. It is a bit crazy. Yeah. What about you? How did you meet your wife? Did you just meet her at school or something, or like at work?
Dude, okay.
Like the normal way?
if there's no water castle in Elden Ring, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like, to me, I just didn't know that existed. Anyways, so I used to be a high school teacher.
Oh, okay.
And I'll give you the real short of it. And I coached American football.
Oh,
so one
nice.
day, one of my players, you know, and these are high school kids, 14, 15, 16, came up to me and said, "Hey, my cousin just broke up with her boyfriend. I think you should meet her." And I'm like, "Look, dude, I'm not taking dating advice from a 16-year-old, but thank you." You know, and I'm like 22 at the time, so I'm barely older than this guy.
Right.
And so we have a game, and then I see this girl walk in, and I'm looking at her, and the player next to me goes, "Hey, that's my cousin." And I'm like, "You gotta hook me up." Like, yeah, that was it. So then I met her.
Wait, was she older than 16 at the time though?
It was his older cousin.
Oh, right, okay. I was
She
gonna
was like my
say,
age.
I just wanted to check. I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's his older cousin. So, you know, she's like my age. And then I saw her walk in, and it was like, man, it was like I heard the IRC noise when you got a friend request in.
Nice, yeah.
And then so I spent like the next month trying to like plan strategically how I could meet her without being creepy. You know, like the creepy high school teacher that's like, "Hey, hook me up with your cousin."
Nice.
So, but it was good, you know. And then we went out, and then kind of like the rest is history.
Yeah.
But
and so you guys have been married for 9 years, and you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And your kids are young, right? Like what, 2 and 4 or 5?
Yeah, I have 2 boys, 2 and 4. How old
Wow.
are yours? Are yours 8 and?
I've got a daughter who's 5 and a son who's 9. So
Okay.
yeah. So my son is like into, you know, Minecraft and Lego and all the kind of cool stuff, you know. And my daughter's just like into dolls and like just like, you know, weird
Nice
stuff.
save there. Nice save
Yeah.
there. My son's into the amazing stuff, and my daughter's into the dolls.
Yeah, just she got this fucking like it's like a doll's head, okay, with shoulders that can like rest on a table, and it comes with makeup, and all you do is put makeup on the doll's head and face. It's fucking weird, man. And so she's put makeup on it, and it looks like a wrestler. Like it's like clown paint. It's I don't know. I guess I was never a little girl, right? So I don't know what kind of things little girls like, but apparently it's that. It's just really weird.
So as a father too, like, I mean, you divide your time up, you know, like playing with them. And clearly, you know, you could play with Minecraft, Lego, or dolls. Like, how do you audit your playtime? Like, do you do that?
Like you just roll with it sometimes, right? Like it's sort of like there's enough to do around, and then like sometimes like my son has like a couple of days of the week where we let him stay up later because he's a bit older, right? So on nights where he stays up later, you know, like he'll just go on Minecraft, or he'll be like, "Oh, do you want to play like?" We used to play like I gave him my old computer. I set him up in the garage, so like he's got like a computer that he could play like Minecraft or like Planet Coaster on. So sometimes we just come out here and he just, you know, we play Minecraft together, or he just plays Planet Coaster or whatever. So it's like easier with my son because he's older.
When did you start him on computers? You remember?
He must have been like, he was pretty young because we've always had stuff around because I've always been into games. And like just through work, you get given consoles and whatnot and stuff. So stuff's always been around, and he's always sort of like been interested in it. But I'd say he really started probably around 7. Really started actually playing games. But we really limit it, you know. Like,
wait, how old's
he's
your
not on there
son?
that much. 9. So like 2 years.
And how old's your daughter?
5.
Okay. I had him inversed in my head.
Yeah.
I thought your son was 5 and your daughter was.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So
he was like 5 years old. You said he got into it.
About 7, I'd say.
Oh, 7.
Like,
okay.
like he probably played some stuff when he was 5, but like he didn't really know what was going on, sort of thing. 7, it clicked, and he sort of understood how games worked and wanted to play more games. And then he started getting into. He played a lot of Mario Maker, which he really liked. like or sorry, Mario Maker.
I was just gonna say I like that your natural was Mario because I just say Mario for memes, but I've never heard someone say it not.
No, yeah.
No, you know what? I got a friend. His name's Wolves at my door. He lives in New Jersey. He says Mario. I wonder if it's a Jersey thing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to I did fishing with Ryan last week or the week before.
Yeah.
And we talked about this pasta versus pasta, lava versus lava, Mario versus Mario. So I don't know. I mean, he grew up in Ontario as well. I feel like maybe it's just like a Eastern Canadian thing. Maybe the non-awing of things. I don't know. Maybe.
I will say I don't really watch any content, but I went out of my way and I watched like 10 minutes of you guys fishing, and it was I just clicked on the conversation where you talked about like streaming on Twitch, and either you're really good at games and I'm paraphrasing this poorly, either really good at games and boring, or entertaining and not good at games.
Yeah,
am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, I kind of, there obviously there's exceptions. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you could probably think of a couple off the top of your head, but I'd say generally as like a rough rule that kind of rings true. I don't know. Maybe I don't actually believe it, or I don't know. It sounds harsh in some ways, I guess.
Boring, but like either really entertaining or
oh my God,
you being good at a game is entertaining, and the unicorn is the person that can do both. More
yes,
or less, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know what you think about that, but
no, I think like, you know, there's a reason why people will watch someone on the internet, and it's usually one of those two reasons. There's not really a third reason.
I'm not saying that everybody who's good at games is like really boring, because that's, you know, obviously not the case, but like they're probably not as like purely entertaining as somebody who goes out of their way to be that, like that, right? You know,
right.
Like somebody who's got like a higher production quality or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I maybe that's a bit too general, but it kind of it feels like that sometimes. Maybe.
No, well, like to me, like I've always said, you know, there's a few people out there you can think of. You're like, man, this person's really good, and they put on a great show. And I think like, you know, without getting into examples, but you know, you can just identify it because it's like, wow, they're playing really impressively, and I'm wildly entertained, and it's just, to me, it's super rare. Because do you watch a lot of content?
It depends like what game I'm into. Like Tarkov, if I'm getting back into it, I will probably watch people play it more. You know what I mean? Because it's the kind of game where like you can kind of pick up tricks from people who are far better at it than you, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But generally no. Like I'm kind of like old-fashioned. I just like watch TV or like watch shows and stuff. Like I'm not massively into like content and stuff. It really just depends on what it is.
Hey, real quick, what quest do you have to do so we can start?
For this one, I just got to kill scavs and I got to find shotguns. It's like the very first quest.
Okay,
I think,
okay,
so.
Cool. What do you watch? What do you watch? You watch American shows? You watch UK shows? What do you watch?
Mix of both. Like whatever's good. Like I finished watching this German show called Dark recently, which was a bit of a trip, but weird enough for me to like it, sort of thing. I like Twin Peaks, like David Lynch stuff. I like always seek that sort of stuff out. Yeah, it just depends really. I'm gonna start watching The Expanse, which is like sci-fi, I guess. Like I'm not.
Okay. Did you
not,
leave
like,
the building?
Stuck on one thing. No, sorry. I went back down the hall. I'm like closer to the roadside of the building that we were in.
Floor 2 or floor 1?
Top floor still. Is that you at the end of the hall?
That's me.
Okay.
Okay. So what's one of your, if you're like, hey Dan, this is the best UK show of all time, you have to watch it. Do you have one?
UK shows. I'm trying to think. What's a good UK show that I've seen? I like Ricky Gervais's stuff, which I'm not sure super translates to American audiences. Like the original Office, for example. You like the American Office, right?
Yeah,
You've been watching it.
Yeah, I just finished it for the first time. Let's go in here, second floor.
Sure. I like the American version, but I preferred the UK version. And it's just a lot more awkward, I guess. I don't know. There's
the UK version's more awkward.
Yeah, like actually, you'll cringe like out of your seat at times. It's so impossible to watch. But I kind of like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Faulty Towers is a good one. Yeah, UK comedies, there's been a couple of good ones, but again, I'm not sure how well a lot of them translate to American audiences, you know? And I've lived here a long time, so I feel like I get the humor a bit more and stuff too. Like, I've lived here for 17 years. Like, I've spent all my adult life here. Oh shit, I didn't have that key, sorry. That was me making a lot of noise, by the way. Oh.
There's a gun in here if you want it. Yeah, I mean, like, my thing is, and I haven't given it a full shot, but like, I've never seen, my limited view of UK humor is Monty Python.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it. And I generally don't like laugh at that kind of stuff, but I've also never really given it a shot. And I also know that that's kind of like a small sample size, so I'm not really giving it like
a small sample
out.
size. It's kind of like classic comedy, but it's so dated. Like, I don't think anybody really rates it anymore, you know what I mean? There's been plenty of stuff that's come since that's been way better, sort of thing. Just trying to think. It's a good question, actually. There's a lot of really good UK stuff, but I'm trying to think of like what would be the sort of like 5-star like enterprise like for UK shows.
Like, is there like a is The Office like the Seinfeld of the UK? Like, is that, because it was only on 2 seasons, right, in the UK?
Seinfeld is...
No, Your Office.
Oh, Office, yeah, sorry, yeah, it was two seasons and then a Christmas special. So like, and the seasons were like 6 episodes each. You know, like, they're not, you know, like American seasons are like 30 episodes or whatever. So it's like, it's a short show, but and then I guess you had like Extras. Did you ever watch Extras or hear of it? So it's by the same writing team that made The Office. Oh, sorry. It was just a story about a guy who was like an extra like on film sets and stuff. But it had like an episode with like Ben Stiller. There was one with like Robert De Niro. So there's like big actors in it, sort of thing. I think it was on HBO. Not sure. Unfold my stock. Why is it folded? Oh, this one. Whoops. Thank you, chat. Sorry. I forgot I had it folded. There was a show over here called Father Ted, which was really funny.
What's the
So
concept?
the premise sounds like garbage, okay? I'll explain it to you briefly, and you'll think, who would ever watch that? And I felt the same way until I actually took the time to watch it. It's about priests who live on this small island in Ireland. So there's like, yeah, there's like an older priest, a very old priest who's like an alcoholic, a sort of like middle-aged priest who's like sort of the ringleader of all of them, and this young sort of like dim-witted priest, and they have like a housekeeper who, you know, makes them their dinner and serves them tea and stuff like that. And they just live on this really rural, backward island, and the pacing of the show is very like, kind of like, it's funny, but it's like meandering at times and stuff as well. It's like, there's like some slapstick and stuff, but like, if you explain that to somebody that you just think, that sounds stupid as hell, right? Like, it doesn't not sound appealing. It doesn't sound like it would even be funny, but it's probably one of the funniest shows I've ever seen, honestly. It's like,
that's high praise.
yeah, like as far as UK shows go, like, it came out in the 90s, I think. Only Fools and Horses is good, but kind of like classic comedy, and also I don't know if it translates very well to Americans. I don't even know if Father Ted does, really. Yeah, it's an odd one. I feel like the British sense of humor is just different to the American one, right? Like,
yeah, and like, when you talk about that, like, I have this vision, you know, this idea of British humor, but I want to give it like a fair crack, and
yeah.
I don't feel like I've given that. So you'd say Father Ted?
Father Ted's a good one.
Okay.
But again, like, I need more time. Let me put a list together for you. Okay, I'll curate a list of British comedies and then see what you think. Maybe I can convert you. But if you give this stuff a try and you like it, it's worth it. It's like, there's definitely some good laughs there. But I mean, I grew up in Canada, so, you know, Seinfeld, Simpsons, Friends in heavy syndication, you know, those are all shows I grew up watching. Like, I still love Seinfeld. Like, I'll go back and watch Seinfeld like anytime I see it on or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like and I know this is maybe a hot take, I really like Seinfeld. Like very, very much enjoyed it. I feel like The Office. Well, and I've never seen the Seinfeld finale, but The Office finale, to me, I don't think I've seen a better finale, like two-parter ever done. Like in terms of like a feel-good way.
Yeah. I need to watch that. I kind of gave up on. I also recently watched The American Office for the first time after kind of dismissing it, thinking it wasn't going to be any good. But I didn't really have a basis for that. I just had this feeling that maybe it wouldn't be that good. And a lot of people were like recommending it, saying, just give it a try. It's actually really funny. The first couple of seasons are really strong or whatever. So I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And then I just binged through it. But I gave up after Michael Scott left. Because I just, like when Steve Carell's guy left at the end of the, whatever season it was. I just couldn't get into the next season when Andy took over as the boss. And they had that Johnny California guy or whatever.
Yeah, some of the wind in the sails definitely, it's not cruising as much, but
yeah,
it wraps up rather nicely.
I heard that the ending is pretty good.
Yeah, which is I think rare. I think a lot of shows, I'm not saying they outwear their welcome, but sometimes like they either try to do too much or it just it's really, I think it's one of the hardest things to do is wrap a successful show in a way that is satisfying, and I feel like they did a pretty good job of it.
One that ran for as long as that too. I mean, that was on TV for a long time, right?
Yeah, super long.
9 seasons. It's kind of nuts. Holy crap, I can't believe we've done all of Dorms whilst talking about TV and we haven't seen a single person here. It's really weird.
For me, one of the, not struggles, but one of the challenges I often face, and I don't know if you face this, is finding a series that I can watch with my wife, because she doesn't like violent stuff or not, or anything that's like potentially kind of scary.
Hey, have you ever heard of the show called Ted Lasso?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, this 2020 victory.
It's on Apple TV Plus. Like it's like exclusive to that. So you'd have to sign up to watch it, or maybe you have another way of getting it. It's an American show. It's got that Jason Sudeikis in it.
Yeah. He's in Ozarks, right?
Oh no, maybe it's not him then. He's like in Bad Bosses or something, and a bunch of other stuff I haven't seen.
Jason Sudeikis and Jason Bateman, I think.
Jason Bateman, I think, is the Ozark guy. So I don't I don't know much about the Jason Sudeikis, but maybe he's like, maybe you've heard of him, sort of thing. But he's an American football coach who gets a job in the UK coaching a Premier League football team, and he doesn't know anything about football. So he comes over with his coaching friend, and he's just sort of dropped into the deep end of coaching like an English football team. And so they're all like, oh, fuck you. And he knows how to coach American football.
But not soccer or traditional football.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about it. And he's like from Kentucky, so he's all like, hey, y'all, like, like that kind of stuff. He's got all these kind of like isms and stuff. And there's like all this friction with like the English players who think he doesn't know like what he's doing and stuff. But he's like a people manager. It's like, in terms of feel good TV, it's like the best I've ever seen. Man, it's just really good. It's like kind of like just nice and uplifting and at times funny and just really nice little stories and stuff. There's like 10 episodes. It's like half an hour each. I highly recommend it. It's really, really good.
Do you watch with your wife, or you kind of go your own routes when it comes to...
No, like I'll watch that with my wife, because it's kind of like, it feels like just like a long romantic comedy or something.
Okay.
But not like, it doesn't feel like cheesy or anything overly, you know what I mean? It's just a nice show. So if you're looking for something to watch with your wife, I would say that's a good one.
Yeah, the Office was the big one, and then we haven't... Oh, someone got shot here. And then until I come up with a better suggestion, right now I'm in the middle of watching Selena with my wife on Netflix. Yeah, it's about a pop star, which, it's I would say it's more skews towards my wife's interest, but I'm on board for it. So it's about this following like a pop singer who starts from like a little girl to fandom, and it's based off. I mean, it's like biographical, and
Right.
apparently the singer in the end doesn't make it, and I don't know how that she, like when I say doesn't make it, I mean like, you know, somehow dies.
Right.
And so I don't know, but it's like super common knowledge, I guess, how she died in real life. But I'm just trying to avoid that spoiler until the end of the series. So, have you ever heard of Selena?
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay. Okay. So,
My wife's is not like, she doesn't mind like a bit of violence. So like the last thing we watched together before Ted Lasso was we rewatched The Sopranos because we hadn't watched it in years.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
which was really good. Liked it. And we like watch mob stuff. Like we're kind of both like into, you know, like mafia mob stuff or whatever. She doesn't really like sci-fi or anything too weird sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like
hey, let's go in the Red House real quick.
Sure. She likes sort of like, she studied psychology, so she likes, you know, she likes like you know, stuff that has people and people with issues, and you know, it's like Sopranos like kind of perfect for that, isn't it? Like
yeah. Well, I think like I can get away with like some violence as long as there's a good story, or
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But it just like, I probably couldn't get my wife to watch Scarface or something like that. You know?
Scarface,
or
yeah.
like a Quentin Tarantino. They're very hard sells.
Some of them,
you know?
yeah. Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I did. I did.
I didn't find that like overly violent or anything. It was
No.
like there was that one scene at the end that was just insanely violent, but the rest of it was like all right.
I ended up one of I'd probably say the most difficult movie situations I've ever been in before is I ended up seeing Wolf of Wall Street sitting next to my mother-in-law in the theater. I don't know if I've ever felt more
yeah,
awkward.
that is a bit weird, yeah. Oh, that was a great movie though. I love that.
Yeah, you know, it's like, but part of the time I was like internally cringing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like sitting next, like not like a couple seats down, like directly.
Oh,
so you get that one because you need it, right?
Where is he? He shot at us. Sounded close.
I think he might be to the right of the barn, but let me see if I can spot him. Are you directly there he is. Okay. So he is on the other side of this truck behind some boxes. You'll see him. He's yeah.
Oh,
right. Yeah, right there.
Flank him.
He's behind those crates.
I'm gonna charge him.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, he's disappeared.
Also, like I've heard the term. I mean, this, I don't know, and I never researched it either. But I like drug shows like Narcos and stuff like that.
Oh, Narcos is really good. Yeah, we watched that too. That was a really good one.
Have you seen Narcos Mexico?
No, is it good?
That's to me, I like that even better. It's really
Really?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might check that out then. I didn't know much about it, so I just didn't bother. But
speaking of Wolf of Wall Street, I still don't know, and I guess I never cared to look up. But I don't know what a Quaalude is.
it's like it's a drug that doesn't exist anymore, and I'm not sure what they were used for, but they were very popular to take in like the 80s. But they're
Like a pill, or
it's like a pill. Yeah, it's just, and it really fucks you up. It's like apparently it's like a muscle relaxer or something like that.
So it was used in actual medicine that people like abused, or was it just made?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was like, I think they stopped manufacturing them, and then they kind of got popular to use, but they were expensive or hard to get a hold of, like because they were like a limited supply. Yeah. Quaaludes.
Was that the name of it, or is that like the nickname of it?
I think the nickname is just Ludes. I think the full name is Quaaludes.
So it would be like, hey, Quaaludes by Pfizer. Like that was like
I guess so, yeah. Or maybe that was like part of the nickname. I don't know. We're getting out of here, right?
Yeah. Did you get a kill?
No. I did some damage, but
Okay.
I think I looted enough to get XP.
I don't know how we didn't get into trouble at all on that raid.
No, we didn't see anybody. It was nuts. I don't know if that counts as a run through or what.
No, we spent a lot of time there. We should be
Yeah,
good.
it was like 20 minutes, right? No, it survived, so we should get found in raid for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Sopranos. So you guys are Sopranos. Are you guys watching anything right now?
Right now, well, we're watching Ted Lasso. I've already watched it, but like I've gone back to watch it like with my wife. So that's what we're watching
good.
now. Yeah, no, it's like it's really easy to watch. Like second time through before, so like you get to like see her reaction to things as well. And because a lot of the story is about an American going over to England for the first time.
It's like you.
A little bit, yeah. So, but there's lots of like, oh, they do things like this here, sort of thing, and it's like, you know, like seeing my wife react to that is kind of funny sometimes because she's like, oh, come on, like, you know, like how do you not know that and stuff. It's like it's pretty funny.
So if I watch that show, then I'll get some insight into what
you will,
your life is like.
A little bit, yeah, for sure, you will, yeah, because there's definitely like stuff in it that's very, very British. They literally just plagiarized my life. That's what somebody in chat's saying. Not quite. I can't coach American football. I think Dan can though. So yeah, you'd probably have a lot in common with that show too.
You have to check it out. Yeah. I think that the only tough sell is that it's on Apple Plus. But if you're endorsing it, you know, I'll give it a shot.
If you can, it's definitely worth a watch. I think it's been renewed for 3 seasons. The first season did well enough for them to be like, okay, yeah, let's get like 2 more after this. So that's a pretty good sign too. What else have we watched? We watched Sopranos, like I said. Oh, Better Call Saul. We really like Breaking Bad, so we've been watching Better Call Saul. We're all caught up with that now.
We stalled out a little bit there. Got like a little like hazy. Like it's a little hard to follow at times for me.
Yeah, it's slow, right? It is like Breaking Bad was the same. It wasn't really. It had its moments, but there's slow lead ups to a lot of stuff, right? And Better Call Saul is kind of the same. I don't know. It's I quite like it. I like the whole universe that they've created with Breaking Bad. All the characters, how they link together and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting, but. Yeah, I get what you mean. Really I can see people sort of like finding it, you know, slow and burning out on it or whatever.
I like who's the creator? I like he's just very. I'm into shows where sometimes what you're watching will hint at what's coming without being obvious, just with like camera shots and stuff like that. I really like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, his what's it? Is it Vince something? Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan. Yeah, it's really good. Do you want to do Scav or do you want to just go PMC again?
Your call. I think we should. Well, it doesn't matter.
What's your normal flow? Do you do PMC Scav? Like, do you do Scav as soon as it's up, sort of thing, or?
No, I usually just run PM. This wipe, I've just been doing PMC. I've gotten very, very fortunate. I haven't had too many bad deaths, so I've just been kind of running my PMC because the Scav XP doesn't count towards your main guy.
Yeah, you know? I'm good to run PMC. I did customs at like 12:30 or whatever. The left customs left.
Cool. So, but now like for you, where you're at in your life, like you can play games with your son. So you guys will play Minecraft and stuff together.
Yeah, he's got like Smash Brothers and a couple of other games, and like he's at the age where his friend will come over. Not now because of lockdown, but like his friend came over like the other weekend and they played like split screen Minecraft on the Switch, and it just like, man, the nostalgia you get from seeing like kids doing that, because that's like the shit that we used to do when we were kids, right? Like,
yeah,
you'd get like a Nintendo 64 for Christmas and all your friends came over to play GoldenEye or something, right? Like, it's the same thing, and it's that level of excitement, you know, like because little kids just get excited about every goddamn thing. It's there's something really nice about it. So yeah, he's at like a really, really good age for all that kind of stuff.
Do they know about you in that world?
Yeah, my son knows that like I'm on Twitch and I'm on YouTube and stuff, and he watches. He used to watch. He doesn't watch YouTube as much now, funnily enough, but a couple of years ago he's really into watching it. Like, and he would seek out Minecraft Let's Players that were like child friendly, you know. But because I did a lot of Minecraft, I knew some of them, and so like you know, I'd say, oh, I know that guy. Like, I play games with him sometimes. And he'd be like, no, you don't. Like,
Then
he
you
went through
became
that
the coolest
phase.
dad in the
He went
world,
through
right?
that phase where he's like, you don't know these people that I think are cool, sort of thing. It was pretty funny. But then one of them did like a custom video. He just like DM'd it to me in a tweet saying like, oh, hi Kurt, how are you doing? Stuff like your dad told me to do this for you or whatever. So then he was like, wow, really? Like it was just like, just sort of like turned him around. It's pretty funny.
But so are you a cool dad to him, or you're back to being uncool?
I think I'm like fairly cool. Yeah, I don't think he seeks out doing stuff with me. Like he wants to play games with me and stuff. So I guess that's a good sign that maybe you're like kind of a cool dad. I don't know. Like it's hard to judge sometimes.
Will you like I don't want to go down the parenting rabbit hole, but like, so you're playing Tarkov now. If
Yeah.
he walked up, like, do they know when you're streaming, like, don't come in, or what's like, is there boundaries, or like?
Well, yeah, more or less. I mean, I'm lucky because it's not in the house. You have to leave the house to actually come out here.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's a separate garage. It's not like attached to the house. So it's like, yeah. So it's like it's its own little building, right? So I can just like you know, when we were doing Twitch sings, I could sing as loud as I wanted to and it wouldn't interrupt anybody, except for maybe people passing on the road or whatever. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good setup. Yeah, well, one time I streamed late at night and I was singing like a Beatles song and really loud on Twitch sings, and my wife was asleep in the house and she could hear me. She like texted me. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing out there?" Oh man, I honestly thought somebody was gonna call the police. It was so loud, but.
What song was it? Do you remember?
It was "Oh Darling," you know, that Paul McCartney song from Abbey Road. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Where
No, my knowledge of the Beatles is very slim.
okay, well, if you ever get a chance to listen to "Oh Darling" by the Beatles, listen to it, and it's a loud song. There's lots of like yelling in it, so I had to stay true to the Beatles and yell the song as well as best I could, but it was very loud.
Isn't there like, I think, and I've never listened to a Beatles album front to back, but I think I would like the one that's like not messed up but avant-garde, which was about strawberries or something. What's that?
Strawberry Fields?
Isn't there like an album where it's off the wall a little bit?
Yeah, their later stuff was kind of like that. Like I'd say Strawberry Fields, what album was that on, chat? I can't even remember. Strawberry Fields, I think, was maybe on Magical Mystery Tour, or was it the White Album? Magical Mystery Tour, yeah, that's right. Magical Mystery Tour is kind of weird. Sgt. Pepper is really good. So I think I think Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is their best album. Some people agree, some people don't. Abbey Road is, I think, generally considered one of their better albums, which is their last album before they broke up. And the White Album is like a double album that is very good, but for some people a little bit hit and miss. But I'd say that was more their like sort of like experimental stuff, studio stuff, you know? They weren't on tour. They weren't on tour when those albums were made.
Why did they break up?
Their touring years were much earlier, and it was like the Hard Day's Night kind of stuff, you know? Love Me Do and like all those kind of songs. They broke up because they just got sick of each other, basically.
Really?
Yeah, they just knew each other. They started a band together from like a young age, and I think they were just all approaching their 30s, and they just kind of like had creative and artistic differences and stuff, and that was it. Whoa.
To your left?
He's running.
How did he survive both of us?
I don't know. I've got a really crappy gun though.
Dude, I had good ammo too.
He's definitely hit, but he's probably running here to try to get this.
Cool thing they added in this, I don't know if they added it last patch, but if someone's heavy bleeding, they'll leave a blood trail, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's neat.
So they just got sick of each other, but weren't they? I mean, they were it. They were like the biggest. Oh, someone's in there. Be careful.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm closing the door.
Sorry,
think
I went to unlock it and it was already unlocked, and that's when it.
That's our man. Oh
Okay, so we can get him. So are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
Oh, I see somebody. There's somebody on the road outside. I can see like through the windows here. Do you?
Yeah, on the top of the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Trying to take a shot at him. So here's if you can. Oh, he opened. Did you open the door or did he?
Yeah, he did. It's one of the inside doors. The outside door here is still closed. Oh. I think it's a scav. I can hear Russian. Oh, one of them's dead. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm behind it up here, so I'm not in there.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh, that's you. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just kind of
oh,
blind firing in the windows, trying to hit him. We may have got him. You think?
I'm gonna open the door. Is he peeking? Okay, back room is still closed. I heard somebody die in here. I'm creeping in. I might die.
Okay. You're by yourself, just so you know.
Okay.
I do have a couple nades, but
he's in the back room.
Alive or dead?
I can hear him. Alive. I can hear him moving.
Okay.
I think he's looting the office. I'm in the room before. Yeah, I'm just in here.
That's me. That's
covering
me.
the door. Yeah, yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this. If you open it, I can throw a nade in there, but this could end up great or.
Okay, you ready? I'm going in 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. But I threw it anyway. Sorry.
He must be really dead now. Oh, that's our man.
Oh, that's a player.
That's the guy.
Nice. That's a good kill. Loot him. Loot him. That's good.
That's the guy that we were chasing.
I just got tagged. I gotta be careful. There's someone out in the. Oh,
you got
there's
meds?
someone out in the parking lot. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
That's a good kill.
Oh, he had a decent gun on him. I don't know why he didn't turn on us.
But didn't you hear a scav talking too?
Maybe I did. Yeah. He might have killed one outside or something. Maybe it just sounded closer than it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch guard here.
The guy's got a decent gun. I'm gonna take it.
Be careful by that window.
Yeah.
Oh, so chat's saying he was a bear, so he was speaking to us in Russian.
Oh, he was doing voice command stuff. Okay, gotcha.
So the Beatles just got sick of each other.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, like they just had like creative, artistic differences. I think John and Paul kind of like fell out a bit, and they just decided to break up. Kind of like at the height of their fame. Well, not really. I'd say Beatlemania was like the height sort of thing. But yeah, it's like surprising. I think people were generally pretty surprised.
Beatlemania was like Ed Sullivan show, or no? That's
yeah. Like when they came over to America and stuff. That was sort of like, and then the years like just leading up to that as well. I think that was their sort of when they were very, very, very popular.
Have you ever walked the Abbey Road?
No. No, I haven't actually. Like I'm more of a recent fan. I kind of discovered the Beatles like in the past couple of years as opposed to like being a long-term fan,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've left a bunch of stuff in here, but I've looted this guy up pretty well.
Okay.
He had a really good gun actually. Yoko. Oh yeah, Yoko was probably a factor too. Yeah, Yoko Ono, John's wife. Yeah, there's a lot of tension around her as well. They didn't get on with her and stuff. So
I saw a TikTok of her recently. She was performing in an art gallery, and she was like screaming into a microphone.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't look at the comments, but sure it was.
Yeah, a bit weird, yeah.
Echoing that sentiment,
Are you okay? Did he tag you hard?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, good. All right, we gotta be careful because there's a guy out here that knows we're in here.
Glad we got a PMC kill. Nice. I'm gonna go in the back and loot these couple boxes.
Yeah.
Are
sure,
you a Spotify guy? Do you have Spotify?
Yeah, I've got Spotify. Yeah.
Is that how you found the Beatles, more or less, or?
Yeah, well, I'd known about them, like I was familiar with like a lot of their songs, but I went through this phase where I made a point to listen to full albums, like especially classic albums that like I'd never really bothered with before. So, and in a lot of like sort of greatest albums of all time lists, a lot of Beatles albums came up. So I was like, okay, I'll try them. And like I gave them a good. I didn't just listen to it once. Like I wanted to, because a lot of the albums that were made a long time ago, particularly Beatles albums, they were like made to like all the songs were made to be on an album. So like some songs would like naturally lead into each other and stuff like that. It's kind of like a studio experience, right? So like I just wanted to see what that was all about, and I'm glad I did because man, it's like you can see why they're so famous. Like they're incredible. Like they played a lot of music together, and you can tell, like the talent and the songwriting duo of McCartney and Lennon is just like unbeatable, I think, as well. It's one of the most famous.
So I may try that. So you just kind of got moved one day. You're like, hey, there's all these legendary albums. I've never heard them.
I think I was reading like Rolling Stone, like a Rolling Stone top 100 best albums of all time list or something like that. And I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool, actually. Like, Spotify and the Spotify generation, or like Napster or whatever, has kind of like done away with a lot of that, right? Because people listen to singles now. Yeah. And I mean, there's always a market for like, singles as well, like, throughout the ages or whatever. But I just like the idea that, like Sgt. Pepper's was like at the time, like a concept album, they were like kind of role playing these characters and not themselves, and that's why they made the album, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just thought it was interesting.
Know that.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So I just thought, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna listen to the whole album and see like if I can like get the gist of it, sort of thing. And it's just really good.
Are they like acting like they're different guys on a submarine? Like one guy's the captain, or what are they role playing?
I think it was more like I think it varies like song to song sort of thing. But how do you do those?
I was actually
Hold your fire!
Oops.
Oh right, it's
Y twice. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do this. Do some nonverbal communication.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like beckoning.
But so that would that be the one you recommend, or were there any other better albums that you're like, oh my god, this blew my mind?
I think in terms of like having songs that you'll have heard before, Abbey Road's a pretty good one. It's got like Come Together, something. It's got like a lot of their very, very famous songs, sort of thing, that you'll hear pan flute versions of and stuff. They've been around for so long. I'd say Abbey Road is a good one to start on first. And Abbey Road's got this interesting thing on the B side of Abbey Road. So like, because that used to be a thing, right? Like A and B sides. The B side of Abbey Road is like a medley. So it's like there's like 7 songs, but they all lead into each other.
Oh, there's a guy up there on the bridge. I think it's a scav. If you want to get him.
Yeah, I see him. I don't think I have a shot though. Or do I? Oh, I see him. I tagged him? I don't know if I got him though. I'm using this guy's really sweaty AK, which is kind of nice. But yeah, Abbey Road. If you wanna listen to a Beatles album, try Abbey Road, and if you like it, then move on to like Sgt. Pepper's and some other ones. Oh, I see him. He's at the end here.
Oh, there's another guy close here too.
I killed one at the end of the road.
All right, I had to get that guy.
Oh, did you kill him?
No, there was 2. I got this one.
Okay, I got the further one. I'm gonna I'll just sweep over here and then loot him.
Okay.
It's just a scav.
Yeah, I like the more avant-garde stuff. Like I like the weirder stuff more than the popular stuff. Maybe I'll start with Sgt. Pepper's.
Sgt. Pepper's is pretty good. There's some good like weird songs on it, I guess. Abbey Road is more like less weird. Magical Mystery Tour's probably got the weirder ones. I think it has like I Am the Walrus and stuff on it, Strawberry Fields and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, their later albums for me are far better than the earlier ones. I don't know.
Have you been to the new customs expansion yet? I mean,
Yes.
it's last. Okay. Let's go
Okay.
to Dunder Mifflin right here. There's a good
That's
loot up
Dunder
here.
Mifflin.
Yeah,
The people that I've been playing with call it the meth house. I don't know if that's, I don't know if they actually make meth here, but
Dunder Mifflin. There's a second floor office with a lot of paper, and that's Michael Scott's office. But
nice.
I think there's something to be said about like having an album where, you know, like probably maybe more so for you and me than this newer generation, but you know when you listen to a song on the, that's you, right?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
You listen to a song on the radio or you listen to a song and you can start the next song in your head that's on the album. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I used to, well, I mean, that's all we had, right? Like, you just listened to albums to death. Like, you
That
got a
was it.
CD or a tape or whatever, and you had a Walkman or a Discman or whatever, and that's what you just listened to it, right? Like, until you got something new.
So I'd say probably maybe like 5 or 6 years ago for Christmas, my wife bought me tickets to go to these 2 Weezer concerts, which I love Weezer,
nice.
and
Yeah,
I'd never
Weezer's
seen
great.
them. But I was excited because when we went to them, there are 2 concerts in 2 days. Are you on the main floor still?
Yeah, I'm still at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody, I don't think.
And the concerts, the first one was Pinkerton, where they played the entire album front to back. So like
Pinkerton
imagine
is
going
such a good album
Yeah.
too. It's such a good album. I think, well, Pinkerton's like my favorite album of theirs.
Oh, for sure.
I like the Blue album. I like the Green album. I kind of stopped listening to them kind of after the Green album, but Pinkerton was amazing. It's just such a good album.
So, all right. So this is Michael Scott's office. If we can find some intel here. But anyway, so the concert was.
Yeah, I
they-
see what you mean.
They would they'd play a song and then you would know the next song they were playing.
Yeah.
It was just an incredible experience. And
That's awesome.
then the next night they did the Blue album. And I'm not like a huge concert guy, but that was, for me, that was probably the best one I'd ever been to.
Yeah, it's, well, it helps, like, because sometimes you go to a concert of a band where you're like, I know them, I've heard some of their songs, but I don't know all of their songs. But I've been to a couple of concerts where I've known every song, and they're always the best ones, right? Like, they're just... I saw the Pixies live. Like, I was a big Pixies fan, like, kind of like around the same time I was, you know, in the mid 90s or whatever. Like, I listened to like a lot of grunge and like Seattle music or whatever, and the Pixies were sort of like influential on that. So I listened to a lot of the Pixies, and then I got to see them live at a festival in England when they did their reunion tour. Because I would have been too young to go see them when they were still,
What's like their big
touring,
song
so-
that
probably "Where's My Mind," you know, like the end of Fight Club
Where
when the
is
towers.
my mind?
Yeah, that
it's on,
one.
It's on like Rock Band too or something.
Probably, yeah. That's like
okay.
their most famous, but like they've had a lot of like big songs that you probably wouldn't realize it was them, sort of thing. They're that kind of band.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I saw them, and that was really awesome. And then like 2 years ago, just like for some
Yeah.
so I saw them, and that was really awesome. And then like 2 years ago, just like for some reason, I listened to a lot of hip hop in the 90s as well, like sort of like mid 90s, like, you know, like the golden era of hip hop or whatever.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, so I went to see, just randomly, okay, I follow Ghostface Killa on Twitter, and he's like, I'm gonna be in Bristol, which is like an hour away and where the Ogscast are based. So I before COVID, I'd go over there all the time. Like, they have an office over there. I'd go over, catch up with people, do some content or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing a show in Bristol. So I was like, oh fuck. So I bought like 10 tickets, and then I asked a bunch of people, like, come with me to this Ghostface concert, it'll be great, I promise. Like, you know, it's a hip-hop show, whatever, we'll go. And so people are like, okay, sure, like, I guess. And then so we go to the show, and it's like, I was expecting it to be good, but I thought Ghostface releases like an album or two a year, so like I thought it would just be kind of like, yeah, still, it's unbelievable. So I thought it would just be like him, you know, promoting a new album or whatever. And, you know, maybe he would like play, like do some older stuff, but like predominantly new stuff. It was just fan service, the whole show. It was all old classic Wu-Tang. Like, oh man, it was amazing. It was the best show I've ever been to. And I was deaf for like 3 days after. It was so loud. Oh, it was so good.
because I'm not a huge Wu-Tang guy, but I liked his single he did, maybe with Erica Badu. It was like
what song was that? He did he's
I
done
just
a
know he says
couple of
two by the foot, two by the head. I just know that's the
he's
line
done
I
a
remember.
couple of collabs with like different like sort of like almost like R&B or like poppy singers in the past. I'm not sure exactly which one, but no, like he wouldn't have played that at the show. It was predominantly sort of like older like Wu-Tang stuff, and then lots of crowd interaction too. So like big Wu-Tang's like tracks that had like all of the different members. He'd get like people from the audience. Oh nice. God, that was close. Oh my God.
So this may be where our first divergence is here, and you just it may be a hot take, but I just need you to follow me on this.
Yeah.
So growing up, I like Tupac,
yeah,
and like more of that, like Biggie, that kind of Bone Thugs. But
sure.
I didn't like Wu-Tang, and here,
Okay.
and I don't know how to enunciate it, but this is how I can say it: is that to me, I don't like rap that doesn't go with the music, and that triggers a lot of people. But I don't know how to explain Wu-Tang other than that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
there's two up here, by the way.
oh, that's a guard. I'm down. I'm dead. But those are guards. Kill them. They have good stuff.
Shit. Oh my God, this guy's taking hits through the helmet.
Yeah, I wonder if Rashala's around.
He smoked you. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got toasted. Take your time though.
Yeah, oh my God, I got the whole crew here. This guy dead?
I had a couple nades on my body.
I'm dead. Oh shit, I rushed the guy that I thought was dead. Oh my God, yeah, they were all down there, Rashala's dudes.
Oh. We could have had, oh man,
I had good shit there too. Yeah,
yeah,
that is Tarkov for you, isn't it? Holy crap, I had good stuff. I killed Reddick Badoosh. A scav. Did you get the kill on the PMC?
I did not. I don't think so. I went by pretty quick.
So how the hell did he die then? He must have gotten sniped from the guy that was down in the... Yeah, I think I got... I think I put his tag in my my pouch. I know what you mean. You know, for me, it was the opposite. I listened to East Coast hip hop growing up, and I never really listened to too much Tupac or like Bone Thugs, or like I remember them being really popular because like that was when they really exploded or whatever. But I listened to lots of like... I listened to Wu-Tang, I listened to like Mobb Deep, like lots of New York hip hop, you know, like hardcore sort of East Coast hip hop growing up. And then later on, long after the fact, I still listened to the same East Coast hardcore hip hop, but then I started getting more into West Coast as well. Because there was the whole East-West beef at the time too, right? So you were one or the other, kinda, like, or it felt like that anyway. Yeah, it was a funny time, really, wasn't it, for hip hop?
It was. I mean, it's just super unique. I mean, you think about something like that. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen now, but you just the way rap is now, you wouldn't see like it was very divisive.
Yeah.
But then, do you ever watch those? They're old, but the VH1 behind the music or behind the scenes. Did you ever watch any of those?
Yeah, so I've seen like stuff like that for sure. Yeah.
And like I feel like there's a line in it when like Tupac and Biggie were together and they're like, hey, one of them said to the other, hey, you know, we're just trying to sell albums. And I don't know if that, you know, I don't know if it blew up into something bigger, but I always found that like
for me, like as much as I like Tupac, it was like there were two Tupacs, right? There was like the Tupac that was an actor and kind of like an artist and like this upcoming guy that was with Digital Underground and stuff. And then there was like the death row Tupac who was like super thug, like went to jail. Like he almost seemed like he was like schizophrenic or something, you know, like it was two completely different people. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe he had like some sort of breakdown or something, you know what I mean? Because it just like all of a sudden seemed very out of character. People that he was like kind of cool with, he just completely turned on, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
Yeah, and that's where like I wonder if that is like something that was contrived, meaning like
To help sell records and
yeah,
stuff.
and
You
I
mean,
don't
yeah.
That's the sad part is that we'll never know. But
Well, yeah, I know. And the people that were sort of close to him and stuff at the time are not always reliable either, right? Because it's like it's a sort of classic story of like somebody who grew up in like rough circumstances but then made a lot of money so that people sort of gravitated back towards them because of that, almost, it feels like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
like
And
not
it's,
there for the right reasons.
yeah, and then it's not, so then it's not like you can't really take what they're saying as like the truth, because these people are probably manipulating things to like sound a different way or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
You want to do one more run, or you got to go?
Yeah, I can do another one. Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
do, I'm healed up too. We can just do customs again if you want.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna drink a little bit and eat. I don't know if you need to or not. Sometimes I forget to do that.
Yeah, I'll have a quick swig of my water here. I got an SKS, which I think I'll just bring.
Okay.
I need to buy a helmet though.
Yeah, I was really into, I still am like into, but it's just different. Like I'm into rap, but now it's like I'll listen to some stuff, some of the newer stuff, but it's just, I don't know if it's me and you or it's me being like dad life, but it's not the same, right? It's like super auto tune, and I can't like,
Yeah.
mass categorize it, but a lot of the stuff now is, it's just not like,
Yeah, it's
good
not
old days.
it's not like what you're used to or whatever, right?
I like some of the new stuff. Are you on TikTok or no?
No, I'm not. I don't even know what it is really. Maybe
Really?
I'm showing my age. Like, is it kind of like Instagram, but it's like just short little videos and stuff?
It's like a longer Vine with more. You can do more production value
Right.
quicker.
Right.
But that's where I get all my new songs that I hear. They're all TikTok songs because you hear the same like 10 songs over and over and over on everyone's content.
And is it are they good or like?
Not really, but they're just
No.
catchy. Like they're
Right.
just-
Okay. Right.
It would be like nothing that I'd recommend. Like, oh, you have to hear this song. I
Right.
feel like all the songs that are on TikTok now, they were engineered to be good TikTok songs.
Right. I see what you mean. I see what
Which
you
is
mean.
like a 15-minute loop. Do you know what Vine is or no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like they used to. They're like shorter videos as well, right? Like but you get a series of them sometimes.
Vine was probably like maybe 8 to 7 years ago. They were 6-second videos, but that app collapsed or shut down or whatever.
Oh right, okay, yeah. I vaguely remember it. I think there's still Vines kicking around from the time that were like popular or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Are
but
you on
they're-
social media? Like where you're on Twitter and YouTube and
Twitter
Twitch?
and like I browse through Reddit occasionally, but yeah, mostly just Twitter. Like, and even Twitter I just use to like dork around with. Like more recently I've used Twitter to like get in touch with people and stuff, because like I've never really done like lots of collab stuff outside of my sort of group. You know what I mean? Like in the past, like I've
Why do
done
you
bits
think
and
that-
pieces, but Among Us has been such a huge thing this year for just, because it's a 10-player game.
Yeah.
I've just played games with all these people I've never played with before, and then gone on to then play other games with them and stuff too. So now I'm using Twitter a lot more to DM people to organize games, or organize like streams like outside of Among Us and stuff, which has been pretty handy, but not something I would have used Twitter for before. You know what I mean? Like I would just take pictures of like, my shorts hanging on the clothesline, like after a bird had pooped on them or something like that. Like that was like the sort of like extent
What-
of my Twitter usage.
What's the story? You keep showing your kitchen floor on Twitter. What's the story behind that?
I got a new kitchen floor laid because the old one was coming up. It was like old tiles that were starting to lift and cracking, like the grouting in between them. And my chat were very excited about this for some reason. So they're like, we need pictures, like proof or it didn't happen and stuff like that. So I just started posting lots of pictures of my new kitchen floor, which people seem to like. So
Is it ceramic or is it like peel and stick
It's
tile?
not like peel. It's like they're tiles. Like the old ones were ceramic. The new ones are kind of like not ceramic, and it's like it's called like Amtico. I don't know if you have it in America, but it's like it's kind of like it's like some like weird sort of plastic wood sort of like hybrid thing. It looks like ceramic, but it's not. It's like a lot harder wearing and warmer and stuff like that. It's good stuff actually. It's good with kids too because our floor just takes a battering. You know, like they're always dropping stuff on it and stuff like that. So the old ceramic tiles, one of them had cracked and it was like really sharp and like threatening to stab people and stuff. So rather than just getting one tile replaced, which would have been a nightmare, we just opted to get the whole thing done. It was a much bigger job than we thought it was going to be as well. But actually, kind of like one of the highlights of 2020 for me.
Was getting a new kitchen floor.
Yeah, hell yeah. God, it was exciting. Yeah.
And then you have like, and you take like animal pictures on the floor. Is that like some?
Oh no, that's that was I was telling my son about the Mandalorian. You know, the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He knows he's seen Baby Yoda and stuff. He knows about it, but I did a search for it because he's like, "What's the name?" And I forgot what his name was, even though I'd watched season 2. So I searched for it, and then this thing came up, and it was like, you know, view him in 3D. So I was like, okay, like I'll view him in 3D, and then I can show my son Baby Yoda in 3D. And then it's like view in your space, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So I did view in your space, and and you know, it opens the camera and it like superimposes him, like, you know, like on your camera, like an AR sort of thing. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then it turned out that there was like all this other stuff, like a horse and cows and like a bear and stuff like that. So I took a bunch of pictures of like, because my kids were getting like a huge kick out of it. They're like, take a picture of me with the bear and stuff like that. So I took all these pictures of them like acting like they were scared of this bear that wasn't there and like a cow and everything. But then I took a whole bunch of other ones that didn't work where the animal's like floating in the air and stuff. And those are the ones I put on Twitter. I don't really post a lot of pictures of my kids like on Twitter and stuff because it's like kind of weird. But I don't know. I don't know if you feel the same, but like...
Yeah. My take on that, I've talked to Ryan a little bit about it, is and my big thing is no judgment zone. If you post pictures of your kids,
yeah,
you know, I don't care.
Yeah, it's up to you.
But for me, like, I don't know, I want it to be their decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, hey, what if they're with 13 and like, Dad, you didn't need to post a picture of me every, you know, 3 weeks. I'm like, you're not wrong, you know.
Yeah.
So I think part of that and partially too, I'm just protective. You know, like you just don't want to. I mean, you know, as a dad, your number one goal is just to protect your kids. So I don't want to do anything that could potentially, you know.
The world is such a weird place now. It feels a lot weirder than when I was a kid. You know, like I wouldn't let my kids play outside like I used to play outside when I was a kid, for example. Like I don't know. It just feels different, right? Like. Yeah, man, I used to be outside all the fucking time when I was a kid. Like it was very much like, you know, people joke about it, but it was like when the street lights come on, that's when you went in, you know? There was just nothing really to do inside. So you just went outside and you ran around like a maniac all day and then you went inside to go to bed sort of thing. But like my kids, like, I don't know, like our neighborhood's just not really like that. It's just different somehow. I don't know. I don't know if you feel the same, but.
Yeah, I mean, like I try to at least once a day, like, you know, either we go for a walk or do something outside because I mean, you got to remember too, my kids are 2 and 4. They're balls of energy. So I've noticed, you know, the days that we get out and whether we kick the soccer ball around or just run around, like they're definitely a different kind of like tired and, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's good to get outside for everyone, not just kids, but everyone. So
yeah, we try to get ours out, but like we normally take them like walking. So like we'll walk them to the park and then we'll stand with them while they do whatever they want to do at the park or whatever. But like I grew up in the suburbs and it was just like really sleepy, right? Like if you were outside with your friends, you barely saw cars even drive by, you know, until like sort of later on when everybody just migrated back from their downtown jobs to the suburbs sort of thing. So it was like maybe it's just a little bit different. Maybe it's the cultural differences as well, but yeah, I don't know. It's it's weird.
Yeah, the thing that I'm like, I guess the only thing that I'm concerned about a lot of things. The thing I'm concerned about with kids is that like if someone's on their phone, like they could see anything. right?
Yeah.
You know, like when me and you, if we wanted to get into trouble, like we had to go to the computer if we were lucky in our house, go on the internet, fire up the modem, which would wake up the whole house, and then you could like maybe you could see
Yeah.
something that
But even then,
you
you'd have to wait like 20 minutes for the image to download. Like it
yeah.
was just silly back then, right?
Yeah.
Like you just
But
couldn't do
now it's
anything.
like they could see it, and it's like I don't know. I just worry about that, like 'cause you can't really control that. You
No.
can't, you know, their friends could pull something up on their phone. I know my kids are 2 and 4, but I don't know. That's the thing I worry about,
Yeah.
and I don't know how you stop that.
Yeah. I think it's just like I feel like my parents, my upbringing, the time that I was brought up in, and similar to like my friends and stuff, like parenting was a lot less hands-on back then. Like
Yeah.
my parents were kind of interested in what I was doing, but not really. You know what I mean? Like they were very happy for like us to just go in the basement and play video games or whatever, you know, because that's what kids did. You know what I mean? Like you go to like big family dinners and there was like a separate table for kids, like a little table that kids sat at and stuff. You know what I mean? It was like adults do this, kids do that sort of thing. But like I find like with the way that we're raising like our kids and similarly other parents that we know and stuff as well, everybody's a lot more hands-on these days, right? Like you're really in your kids' business. You want to know what they're doing. You want to know what they're watching and stuff like that, whether it's okay for them to watch it and everything. I don't know. It feels completely different somehow, but maybe every generation feels that way as well. Like, you know, maybe my parents at the time are like, I'm completely different to the way I was raised, or I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like you're constantly second guessing yourself as a parent, though, right? It's just like the nature
Well,
of it, I guess.
I feel like you look at like Elvis, right? Elvis came out and the parents like, oh, he's gonna ruin everything, and then I don't know what it was our generation. Video games, you think?
Yeah, probably video game. Well, video games and explicit warnings on on
Yeah.
albums. Remember,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was kind of like that kind of stuff, right? Censorship or attempted censorship of certain things and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what this our kids we're gonna have to worry about. I mean, cell phones, I guess. You know, because cell phones.
4chan,
Yeah.
4chan and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Well, I guess our kids probably won't have to worry about that. There'll be something else for sure. But yeah, likely it'll be some garbage social media that, you know, lends itself very well to getting bullied at school. Like I'm not even getting my son a phone until he's like almost an adult. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want him to have a cell phone. What the hell does he need that for? I don't even really need one half the time. Like if I don't need one, he doesn't need one. That's how
How else would you post kitchen floor pictures to the internet though?
Well,
By
that's
yourself?
true. That's a good point, actually. But see, I can sort of justify that as a business expense, right? Like, because it's my job. It's not his job to post pictures of a kitchen floor on social media. Yet, it might be soon though.
So I feel like we've had, even though we've gotten wiped a little bit in Tarkov, I feel like we've had some decent runs. Like
We have
you
had
know,
decent runs,
yeah.
considering like we've also been chatting like the whole time. It's been it's gone surprisingly well, right?
Yeah, and that was my concern about like us being able to talk and like, cause you can talk during a lot of games, but Tarkov is one of those games where, you know, you really kind of got to pay attention. But I think maybe we've just got a lucky roll of the dice so far.
It's a weird game the way that it flows too, because there's lots of time when nothing's happening, but then the times where stuff is happening, you sort of like gotta really concentrate and hunker down. But then having said that, if you're just running through a map and not paying any attention whatsoever, you're probably just gonna get sniped as well, right? Oh, it's such a good game though, and it's the kind of game that just hooks you so hard too. Like you take a break from it and come back to it, and it's just
Yeah, I mean, my take on it is it's so unique. There's nothing. What game can? Okay, this is an interesting spawn. We should. Let's go this way.
where are we even?
We're in between.
Oh, I know where we are.
going-
Yeah. Which way are you going, down?
Yeah,
Or
let's
you
go
do-
down and across. I want to go away from a player spawn so we don't run into.
Sure.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. But just I don't know. There's nothing to me. There's nothing else like this. I always tell my chat it's the first time I've felt this kind of consequence in a game since I played Ultima Online. Like Ultima Online was like a full loot PvP MMO.
Yeah.
Because most games now you can't lose everything like you can in this
No,
game.
I know
You know?
that lots of that stuff has been taken out of games, right?
Yeah.
Like, top looks clear to the right, left as well. Oh, yeah, you're there.
That's
Okay.
me.
You want to
What's your
go
like? Do you have
dorms
like a?
or?
Yeah, let's go dorms. Do you have like a favorite nostalgic game that you look back on and you're like, that was one of my favorite times?
Oh, like lots of NES games. Probably like in terms of looking back on a game where I had very little responsibility, lots of free time, and but still was like socially sort of like old enough to have friends over and stuff, would have been like probably GoldenEye for like the 64, Nintendo 64. Mario Kart for the Super NES was a good one as well. Like those are just like really fun games. Like, you know, your friends would come over and you just play them like all night or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I remember like having like when we were younger, we'd have like big sleepovers like at my friend's house. We'd just like be like 10 of us in his basement just like playing GoldenEye or whatever. Like,
Were
I
you an
think,
odd job guy or were you anti odd job?
oh, I just play whatever. Like we'd gotten so good we didn't even need the aim thing or anything. Like it was insane. We played it so much. I'm gonna go top floor. Oh, you can't go top floor. Whoops.
I kind of missed. I never
there's
got into
somebody here.
GoldenEye. Oh, nice, nice.
Scav.
I never got into GoldenEye because I was, you know, I played like Wolfenstein and Doom, so it kind of felt like, for me, I'd rather play an FPS game there. But
Yeah.
it grabbed a lot. Like all my friends would play it that were into games.
Doom was great too. I like Doom. Did you ever use like BBSs, like bulletin board services or anything? Did
Yeah,
you ever
like
get
we had
into any of that stuff?
like I had Prodigy. Did you ever have Prodigy as a kid?
I heard of it. I didn't have it, but I have heard of it.
That was probably like one of the first things that I did. But we had AOL, but Prodigy was a dial-up, like pseudo BBS type deal.
Right, right. Kind of
but that was
like CompuServe sort of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Kind of
Yeah.
like that. But it was like a lot of just text and not a lot of really interesting things to do.
Is there anyone down there?
I'm just looting down that. You're still on second floor?
Still on second floor, still just down this corridor. I don't know if anybody's coming up. I thought I heard something, but
Yeah, this is
stairway
me
looks
with
clear.
flashlight. See a flashlight?
Yeah, I see you over there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's me.
Just the same floor as me still.
What was your first online service, or did you have? You remember what you had?
The first sort of like MMO sort of game that I played was probably Star Wars Galaxies. Do you remember that?
Oh, I never played it, but I heard like, people that played. I got a buddy Mathis just said it was like the best thing in the world because you had a lot of freedom, right? In that
Oh
game.
yeah, you're friends with Mathis, right? I saw
Yeah.
Mathis. When was the last time I saw Mathis actually? I saw him at he came to Sweden for PDX-Con one year. I think that's the
Ah.
first time I met him actually. We played City Skylines in like this thing that we did there. And then I saw him again recently. Where the hell did I see him? I did something with him recently, but I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, Mathis is great. He's really nice. How far back do you go with Mathis?
He's like who I would consider my first like online friend in this like content creation space.
Right.
Like we connected through Twitter and we met at one of the PAXs and then
Oh,
he kind of set up this deceptive lunch with me and Northern Lion and
Oh yeah,
and his wife.
I've read about that. Yeah. So you guys were duped into thinking that each other wanted to have a lunch together.
Mathis is like, hey, Northern Lion wants to have lunch with you, and then he told Northern Lion, hey, Dan wants to have lunch with you, and he just did it because he thought that we would get along and
Yeah.
make fun stuff together. All
Oh
three of
man,
us.
that's hilarious.
But no, he's a good dude, man, and his like podcast is really blown up. He does like
Yeah, he does like Chilluminati, right? With Jesse and who else is in that? Jesse Cox and Krendor, I think. Is it Krendor?
I think it's
Oh crap, sorry.
a guy who like specializes in that kind of stuff. I think like the
Oh, okay. I thought it was I thought it was Krendor, but maybe not. Oh, is there anything good in the marked room?
Yeah, I got 2 guns. You want one?
I've got a Vepr from that scout.
Yeah, let me give you a better gun. Here. These.
I'm just in the kitchen.
Okay. But I've never like I kind of avoid that stuff like supernatural stuff. I don't know why. I just so I've never heard it, but I know the podcast does really well.
Yeah,
Are you into that stuff at all? Like supernatural stuff?
Not like overly. Like I'm interested enough in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's aliens, like real aliens?
I don't know. I mean, out there somewhere, I feel like there has to be, right? Like, I don't think we're in this entire universe alone. But I'm not sure what form they would come in. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like some gray, skinny guy that kind of looks like a humanoid smoking a doobie. You know what I mean? But like, you know, maybe it's like a Jabba the Hutt or something. You know what I mean? Like that's how I kind of look at it. I don't know if that's right or whatever, but
Do you think they have like? Do you think there's? Here's a valid question. Not that no questions aren't valid. Do you think there's any aliens out there with like super tech? You know, maybe we never see them, but do you think they have better tech than us?
Again, somewhere out there, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
Maybe not good enough tech to reach us, and vice versa, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a program of aliens visiting our planet that's being like, you know, hidden by the U.S. government or something like that. I'm not sure.
What do you
I
think
believe
Area
that.
51 is? Do you think it's just like military testing?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really like spent a heck of a lot of time thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. Are you said you're not really into that kind of stuff?
No, I'm not. But you know, but I'm also like you. I've not done any research, and all the research. I think maybe I was influenced as a kid. When you'd go to the grocery store, they'd have like these magazine racks when you check out. So if your mom or dad dragged you to the grocery store, you'd see all these like tabloid magazines, and I'd see like all these variants
like the Inquirer and stuff. Bat
All
Boy.
Like you see all that stuff, and you're like, "Is this?" As a kid, you're like, "Is this real?" I don't know. You know, let's go 2-story.
I got out of that jacket. I got that RBPK marked room key for reserve.
Oh, nice.
The charged one, like 25 charges.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
a good
worth
one.
a fair bit.
You put it in your gamma.
Oh, I did.
Nice.
Mine's actually a alpha. I haven't. Okay, so a big thing for me when I first started playing this game was I didn't want to pay for like the big butt pouch. I wanted to like play the game and build up the size of my butt pouch myself, which was good fun. I enjoyed it. So I still never have bought like the premium version of this game.
That I can understand that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that I mean, like I love the game, but also I'm addicted to loot.
Yeah.
So just to have to make those tough decisions.
Yeah.
Of what do you keep and what do you not is, you know.
Yeah, but tough. I did a bunch of the quests, and the last time I sort of like completed my hideout, I think I maxed out the non-payable size of my my butt pouch.
You did.
Yeah. Like to as big as it could be, which is still smaller than the premium, but not far off, sort of thing, right? It's pretty good.
So you were deep in it, Tarkov then.
Yeah, but I'm still not good at it. So it's like I played it a lot, and I'm still not amazing at it. I do okay. I enjoy it. I guess that's the main thing.
So, and I DM'd you about this like privately, but what is your stream schedule like? We talked about I had talked to you about like being a dad and like finding the balance of, you know, what you deem to be being a good dad versus working and that kind of stuff. What is your rough schedule like?
I treat it like a 9 to 5, you know, like, or like an 11 to 6. Like, you know, like I try to work like, you know, work hours, and then I try to have some time in the evening to like hang out with my kids, hang out with my wife, you know, that sort of thing. You know, like I don't stream too much, but I don't stream too little either, because it's a consistency thing, I think, with streaming as well, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Like I feel like you kind of have to have somewhat of a schedule, right? Like I think if you take too many sort of random days off and stuff, like or like unstructured time or random days off, you lose like a bit of momentum with it. You know what I mean? So like I just try to be Monday to Friday sort of consistent. Bonus streams on the weekend if I find time. You know, like weekends are weird because we generally do a lot of family stuff, but every once in a while, like my wife will make like a play date with one of her friends and their kids that I don't need to be at. So she'll be like, "Yeah, I'm taking them to the park to meet like these people," and I'll just be like, "Okay, I'm just gonna stream." Or sometimes I don't stream and I just play like Tarkov or whatever, you know, all day, which is great. It's nice when that happens. But equally, it's good going out and doing stuff with all of them on the weekend as well.
So you stream like, what do you think, like 5 to 7 hours a day or more than that?
Yeah, I'd say like between like it's more like it's more like 7 to 9 hours a day, which is all right. Yeah, like my schedule recently has been fairly consistent because I organize an Among Us lobby like in the morning.
That's the EU lobby, right?
Yeah, the EU lobby, yeah. So that's been going pretty well, and we do that from 11 in the morning our time till 2 in the afternoon. Then 2 in the afternoon until like, say 4 or today 5. I played like Raft today or like Minecraft or like I was playing COD Zombies a bit with people.
That's me.
And
I'm
stuff.
in your hallway.
Yeah,
Behind you, just so you know.
Yeah, I see you. And then every once in a while, well, more recently, I've been invited back to Hafu's Among Us lobbies. So it's a lot of Among Us, but it's just been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and it's just been nice meeting different people and hanging out with them and stuff too. So
yeah,
consistency wise, I've been really good recently.
I do want to play in your EU lobby, and
that's
it's
really
just
early,
not at like 6 a.m. But
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, understandable. I mean, if you're always welcome. If you ever find yourself up at that time for whatever reason, and ready to stream, let me know.
I'm like I'm a big planner, so like if I'm doing like something like this,
yeah,
like I like to plan it out as much as possible, and I think that's
right.
what maybe one of my like good things and bad things, and like same thing with like a Hafu lobby. But so when do you normally do your EU? What time is your
11 o'clock GMT, so I guess that's what, like 6 a.m. for you? It's we're 5 hours difference, right? You're on Eastern?
Yeah, I'm Eastern.
Yeah.
So you're +5?
Yeah. So 11 o'clock, and then we normally play for like 3 hours, so like till 2.
Okay.
And then I don't know like what your thoughts are on this, but like I have a lunch break, but I just leave my stream on. I just play jazz for people, and like, so there's the chair stream for like 20 minutes a day, where you just see my chair and music. But like I usually go have some lunch and stuff, and then come back and then play something else. And then either play something like kind of like around this time to like, early evening, and then go in for dinner. Or if I have something to do, like around Christmas, sometimes I take off a bit earlier, like if we have to go buy tree or, whatever, like family stuff. You want to go out this way?
Yeah, we can go out this way.
What expo do we have? We have ZB1011 and ZB013, so all behind the factory.
Yeah.
Probably head that way. Oh.
Didn't see that.
No,
Did you go? Okay.
I went right. Yeah, you see me.
Sounds like gas station.
Gas station,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm in such a routine now. I don't think about it much, like, and actually because I game as a hobby, the hobby and the job sort of mix together so well too, right? Like I'll get into a game, like when I stream Tarkov or like Overwatch or something. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I'm exhausted. Do I need to eat some peas? Hang on, I just need to eat some peas here.
Okay.
Blood sugar's low. I'm about to collapse. Like I almost sort of like look forward to it as just a day of gaming. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of nice to get to that point. Like I feel like like you're putting on a bit of a show, but I'm relaxed about it enough now to just sort of game. You know what I mean? And not worry too much about being entertaining. I think my chat
Well,
probably
you
backed
have
me up on that
like
too.
a loyal audience that if you want to play
Yeah,
Tarkov, you play Tarkov.
yeah, yeah, and for the most part, they stick around, I guess. Chat is that right or no? No, I mean it depends. Some games work better for me than others for sure, but I'm sure you find that as well. Like if you've been around as long as you have, like sometimes you just find like this game that, you know, hits and everybody wants to watch you play it, but you can only take so much of the same game, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you because I'm good for maybe like 2 days a week of Among Us,
yeah.
but it gets to. I mean, have you found fatigue from that yet or no, not yet?
I mean, the game itself, I think the lobbies I play in are varied enough where it keeps it kind of interesting anyway, like skill wise and stuff like that. Like our morning lobbies, I'd say, are more casual than Hafu's, which are a little bit more sweaty. Like
Yeah.
the people that I mean, she's very competitive anyway, and you know, like people like Five Up, Yeti, people like that she's played with are all kind of like that too, a bit competitive, or have just clocked hundreds of hours of the game, so they're just very good at it.
You mean sweaty in the nicest way possible?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
just really
using
good
it.
at the game.
Yeah. I'm not using it like as a derogatory. Like it's kind of like complimentary. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel if you're that good at the game, I mean, what can you do? What can you say, sort of thing. But like, yeah, no, I don't find I'm bored of it. I really like the social side of it too. You know, like I like just like playing with a bunch of different people and stuff. Whoa.
Got him.
Oh, did you? Oh, good. Where
Yeah.
was he?
He was near the checkpoint.
Oh, right. Okay. God, I thought that was.
Have you been in the streamer room here yet?
No.
Yo, this is my favorite room, maybe in the whole game. All right.
Okay. Streamer
it's-
room.
Streamer room.
What, like a Twitch streamer room?
Well, you know what? I feel like Willy Wonka. Enter in the chocolate factory right there.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I've never seen this. Is this new? Have they added this recently or something?
Last patch.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And there's good loot in here too.
Yeah, I found a key here. Oh, RBVO. That's got to be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's another charge key. Holy shit. It's been a good run.
Yeah.
Like two big keys. How much is RBVO worth, chat? Tell me. Spill the beans. Oh, have you ever played proximity chat on Among Us?
I haven't. How does
Oh.
that work?
It's odd. I played it last night, and I think it was fun, but the group I played it with were very, very excitable. And it was New Year's Eve, so it was they were. I think some of them were drunk too, which made them even more excitable, I guess. But it basically you can just talk the whole time, right? It uses like
A whole time? It'll take that gas.
I don't think I have room for it. I'll make room for it. Hang on. Yeah, you can talk. You can talk the whole time. So as long as you're close to somebody, you can just so you're wandering down a hallway. You're like, oh, come with me. I got to go to electric and do this task or whatever, and people can talk back to you and hear you and everything. I think it's just meant to be a bit of fun. I don't think people necessarily take it seriously like they would the normal game or whatever. But it's fun.
Does it
is
turn
fun.
off if you're not near the person or it's not
Yeah,
that service?
and
No,
you
it does.
you hear their voice like quieter if they're far away from you and stuff too, which is like.
How does that work? Is that through Discord or something, or how does that? It's just built into the game, or is it a mod?
You got to download a mod for it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a voice server sort of thing, which is easy, really easy to install. Actually, it's not too bad at all. But actually, do I need bolts? Do I need bolts?
Bolts are good money on the flea when you get to the flea market.
Okay. I think I need them for quests and stuff too. Oh.
I'm
Are
just
you-
reloading real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, okay.
I'm packing, man.
I thought that you crashed. Hey, look, there's like a little dinosaur toy on the ground here too. Oh, this
But
room's
no,
great.
but I found with Among Us that I feel like you gotta sometimes, even if it's me, I'm okay with it. Sometimes you gotta have like sheep to slaughter,
Yeah.
meaning that because then it's just more fun. Like if you have like a little bit of chaos or someone who isn't like that's why I like playing in those lobbies is because everyone's really good
Yeah.
and I'm not. So like, whoa, someone's in the corner. Oh, okay, I got him.
Oh, you got him. Holy shit.
Within
That's hilarious.
I wasn't expecting that.
Is he just a scav? Oh yeah, he is. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Hey, is MP153 the one I need for the quest?
Yes. No,
Oh.
133. You need the shorter one. Is that a long one?
Oh yeah, it is. I'm gonna take it anyway though. I'll take
Yeah.
it instead of the SKS. SKSs are fairly easy to come by, aren't they? Kind of cheap. Kind of like a shotgun actually.
That was kind of, there was a shotgun meta last wipe at Tarkov that people really got into. Yeah.
All right. So we're close to extract here, right? We can just go at the back here and
Yeah.
get to
Are you
ZB.
fully looted?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't have much space. I think there's like the graphics card van on the way that we can check, and then other than that, though, I think we're pretty good, right?
Okay. Let's let me get behind you. Where are you at?
I just went out the side door here. There.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like coming back to this game, like after not playing it for a while, I have like less of a heart attack. Oh, I went right into
a
where
warehouse.
the blue van is outside.
Okay.
There's a computer in here. Oh, it's been searched already. Never mind. All right, I'm just heading around to the back of the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to get like, I feel like my heart rate was like off the charts at times playing this game, but like I haven't felt too bad coming back to it.
This is me. I'm eating. If you see me.
Where? Oh
That's
yeah,
me.
I
That's
see.
me. That's me. Okay. Yeah, there's some moments. I mean, it still gets your blood going a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
do you have room in your stash or no? This is
No,
another
not really,
newer.
no.
Have you been in here yet?
What, is
This
this
is
all
a
new?
Yeah, this is new last patch. There's also good loot back here.
Oh, okay.
And this, you can
Ah.
open that. It's good. Oh, someone already opened that.
Yeah, it's all.
And then there's a
So
room
is there
up
new
there.
new key for it?
No, this is open.
Oh,
This
it's
is just
open.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I think we can just go down here, right?
Yeah.
Looks like it's been open yet. Yeah, we're all good.
This is nice. We got some good loot there.
Oh, you want me to,
That's me. That's me. That's me.
Oh yeah.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. A successful extract with some actual stuff. I think we've done it twice now, right? We got a couple of extracts today.
Yeah.
Nice. Channel prediction points. Let's see it. Everyone votes against me. I killed Batir Doter. A scav. Nice.
I get it. You know, I always when we do predictions, I always try a little bit harder because I don't want to let. On my side, it's the red team. We do like red is the positive outcome. I always try a little bit harder so they get their points.
Yeah. 776.5k has gone to Silecord and 83 others. Channel points.
Your emote of you screaming, you look identical to one of my friends who's also on Twitch. His name is Zach Kreger.
Okay.
You look identical to him
Nice.
in that picture.
Nice. I've got a couple of it's like a relatively new thing, emotes of like my face. Before that, it was just
Those
like
are the best
cartoony
ones.
stuff. Yeah, they are kind of funny actually. I like them. Every once in a while, like you were saying before, you know, like can my kids come in to like the garage and see me streaming? Sometimes they do. Like if they come home from school and because I got a tortoise in here, so they'll come in and say hi to Terry or whatever, and then you know if they come in, they'll just be like, oh, what are you up to? They'll come in and if they look on like my second monitor at chat and they see like my little face, the emotes, they're like, hey, look, it's you, like a million times. Like it's really funny. They get a
Do
kick out of it.
they comprehend what you do for a job, or is it?
Yeah,
do
like
they not?
my son gets it. My daughter just thinks I play video games all day, which I kind of do, to be fair. But she's like, at her age as well, she's like, oh, you don't actually do real work. Like you just play video games. It's pretty funny. She's like 5 years old. I don't know how she knows this, that I don't actually do any work all day, but there you go.
Does your son's friends know?
Yeah, I think some of them do, but again, like the kind of people that they know about on all this are like mostly Minecraft people who sort of appeal to like a younger audience.
Okay.
So it's not like they wouldn't have heard of me, and I would hope that they never watch my content because all I do is make like dick
Glad
and
to
fart
see
jokes all
Dad
the
is
time.
playing post
overly
2020
appropriate.
simulator. Happy New Year, everyone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. Do you ever get recognized on your island?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, not recently because with COVID and everything and masks and stuff, but yeah, no, there's definitely people that have either recognized me out and about or have reached out because they know that I live here. You know, like recently a guy who does like a laser engraving thing reached out. He's like, "Oh, hey, I want to make a Christmas ornament for you guys, like for Christmas or whatever. Like, how can I get that to you?" And I just like DM'd him and I was like, "Tell me where you are and I'll come and pick it up." And I drove to his house and picked it up, and it was really nice to meet him and stuff, like, so
on your island.
Yeah, like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like maybe 10-minute drive from like my house, sort of. It's a small place, right? So but yeah,
was there any part of you that was
people.
Concerned like that? Hey,
no, not
this
really.
could be it.
Not really. I think my demographic is like, I don't know. I think I've been around long enough, and because I'm a bit older, I feel like some, not all, but some of the people that watch me are kind of like similar in age to me, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I personally, like if I was to watch somebody on Twitch, I would watch somebody more sort of my age, right? Like I don't know why that is, and I feel like maybe that's what happens to me too.
Like you
like
skew a little bit older.
People are posting their ages now, and there's lots of people in their 30s, for example. But then some guy just said he was 12, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's weird, right? Like you can look into this stuff and to a point, but like it's
we don't know, and I don't know what
it's like black magic a lot sometimes too, right? You just think,
what are we doing? You know?
I don't know. But I like doing it though,
Yeah.
It is fun to play video games, and well, it's been fun playing video games with you as well. I'm glad that we finally got a chance to hang out. It's been really good.
Yeah. Thanks for work with my schedule and
no. I mean, yeah. I mean, your kids are smaller. Like I said the same thing to Northern Line. Like my kids are a bit bigger, so like I'm a bit more flexible, and because I have this like the separation of all this from my house, like I can sort of hook up with people who are in America, like different time zones, because I tend to like come out here later, like in the evening and stuff as well. So, yeah. Anytime you want to do anything, give me a shout and we will do it. If you want to play more Tarkov, I'm down. If you want to just like go fishing or something, also down.
Yeah, let's do something next time. Like I feel like Tarkov's like I know you like it and you play it, but it's kind of my bag. I'd like to get like a little out of my element and into this and the sips bag.
Okay.
So we'll play something a little sipsy next time.
All right, sure. Yeah, we can. It'll be like some sort of like weird survival simulator sort of game, like Raft or Minecraft or something like that.
Sounds great, man. No, I'm so glad we got a chance to do this. For sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been really good. Yeah, let's catch up again soon because there's probably plenty more to talk about and reminisce about and stuff as well.
Sounds good, man. We'll have a great weekend and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see ya.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
Yep, later.
Bye. Chad, that was great. What a nice guy, eh, Dan? But pretty much what I expected. I mean, I have done stuff with Dan off and on already, but it's just nice to actually have a chat. He let me curse as well. Is that not a thing? Is cursing on Dan's stream not normally a thing? Because I know he likes to keep it clean. Another successful bro date. Was that good? Clean, positive entertainment. Yeah, that's his thing, right? Good, bad, ugly. I don't know. I feel like that went really well, and I enjoyed myself tremendously. That's my perception. You guys be the judge. I don't know. Very good, good and very good. A good mandate. We've had a couple of really successful mandates recently. I feel like, Yeah. Lovely indeed. Okay, good. 9 out of 5. Even better. Guys, that's great. Listen, I am going to love you and leave you because it's late and my kids need feeding as usual. They need to also go to bed. And I've got some Ted Lasso to watch. And I'm hoping to start watching The Expanse tonight as well. And I will also maybe play some Tarkov later, but I probably won't stream it because I just want to like hang out and chill out, you know? Does that sound good? It's the weekend tomorrow as well, right? I won't be here this weekend. I've had a really busy week, and I'm going to have a rest, and I'm going to spend a whole bunch of time with my kids and my wife, and make sure that my wife has a good rest and stuff as well. So I will be back on Monday. Okay? I hope that's okay. I'll organize an Among Us lobby for Monday morning as well. And if we can sneak into some Hafu lobbies next week, we'll try. And failing that, we will pick up Raft and play some more Raft because that was really fun today. And I would like to get to the point where we can experience some of the story stuff. And I'm hopefully get in touch with Northern Lion, do something with him maybe next week. Because now he's going to have this new schedule, which would be really good. I don't know what we'll play, but hopefully we'll do something. And we'll have to try to hook up with Dan again and do something soon too, right? More mandates. Yeah, we'll get some more mandates going for sure. Yeah. Nice. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much. I hope that you guys have a good weekend too. Enjoy yourselves. Do you want to raid somebody or what? Do you guys want me to raid someone? Who can we raid? Who is a good person that we can send a raid to? I know exactly who we're going to raid. We're going to raid Dan. We just fucking streamed with him, right? It's only fair that we send a bunch of you guys over to Dan.
They call him the Heartbreak Kid.
There you go. He's talking about wrestlers now. Chat, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donations. I missed a couple, actually. I missed a big 50 that I didn't have a chance to thank for because it's kind of awkward muting a call. James, 3 hours ago. James, I hope that you get this somehow, some way, or that you're still here. Thanks for the $50 3 hours ago that I didn't even acknowledge. I feel terrible, but I am grateful, and I thank you very much. Thanks so much for the 50. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope that you're still here. I hope that you're still here and that you got the thanks, because you deserve the thanks. Berm 19999999, thanks for the 5 gift subs that I missed as well. Kenny the Gobshite, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Captain Pineapple, thanks for the 10. Cutest Koala, thanks for the 420. Rollison, thanks for the 1,000 bits as well. And everybody else, thank you for all the bits and the subs and the resubs and all the support. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Have a good one. Sips, will you collab with Septic again soon? Yeah. I've got Steve on like all the... I've got him on Steam and Discord and everything else as well. We'll play some games soon. I think we almost played some Tarkov with him yesterday, but we'll sort something out for sure. Yeah? Sound good? Okay. Love you lots, chat. Say hi to Dan for me again, even though we just streamed with him. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. And Happy New Year and all that kind of stuff as well. Love you lots. I'll see you on Monday, okay? Bye now. Bye.
You can take that for free. Take it for free. You can take that for free if you want. He's got to move though. It's okay. We'll trade. We'll do a little tradesies. I'm okay with that. He ends up a little bit better than us there though. That's okay. I mean, and it's, to me, it's like his Sips's clip with the Shaggy song, like that hurts your stomach kind of laugh, you know. Okay, we gotta start pre-jacking a little more pre-jack. Check, no problem. That's good move. That's good wood right there, baby. That's good wood. We may checkmate him. No, don't take our knight. Don't take it. Don't see it, please. Don't see it. He saw it. That's okay. We're still alive here. We're still alive. Doesn't this sound like a New Year's song? We got him here. We got him. He keeps blocking us. Okay, now we're we're in pre-jack mode here. We're gonna try to win this game on time. Try to win it on time here. We're gonna win this thing on time. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna win it on time, baby.